is money, honey. All we talk is money. All we talk is money. It's like bees to the honey. Honey, money, honey, money, honey. It's the SOSCAST, baby.
Thank you, guys. What an amazing audience we got out there. We got Isaac and AB in the house. Ladies, wave hi, everybody. You can see them on camera, everybody. Do your best beauty pageant contestant, Miss America. Linda's got this thing. Welcome to SOSCAST, the sexiest financial show in the world. This is where finance meets romance. Ooh, let me hear like some kiss sounds right there real quick. Ooh. Ooh, yo, that's your kiss sound? Meow. Okay. If you don't know, this is your first time watching the show, it's great to be here. My name's Adam Sosnick. I host this show. You can call me Soz. And my co-host and I, we have one mission every single show, and that is the following. We want to see you guys out there get paid, laid, and do it your way. Anyone have objections to that?
No.
I know you don't have no objections to that there, Lena. Wonderful panel today. We had a special guest, Donovan Sharpe, and his wife, soon-to-be wife, Devin, missed their flight. Donovan, we're going to bring him in via Zoom later. Donovan, masculine dude, leader of the Red Pill, thought leader, but not good at doing flights. So Donovan, word to the wise next time, fly in the day before, fly out later that night. I mean, this is just, I mean, come on, guys. Anyway, but we like him so much, we're going to bring him via Zoom. So it's my job to prep the show, and then you'll see what he's got going on. And my guess, you guys are going to have some feedback for this gentleman. Here's some of the topics we're going to be discussing today, and then we'll meet the lovely ladies. And we might even have one of these ladies sing. We'll see. Might be you, Nat.
I can't sing.
No, not at all. Don't sing. Don't ever do that again.
I'm sorry.
Just do your toes, do your little, do your thing, read the comments. So on the show today, we're going to be talking how much money a guy should spend on a first date. How much is too much? We'll talk a little bit about money like that. We all know that he should take you to the nicest restaurant, no questions asked, right? Definitely no cheapskates, right, Nat?
No.
No Applebee's?
No.
We'll see about that. We'll talk about the downside to dating a cougar. Let's hear a cougar sound, Nat.
Meow.
That's not a cougar sound.
Roar.
All right, there it was.
Roar.
Lift your thing up a little bit. Oh, there it was.
There you go.
Have you heard about who Michael Jordan's son is dating? Marcus Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
He's dating his former teammate Scottie Pippen's
Cougar.
ex-wife, whose son also plays in the NBA, Scottie Pippen Jr. She's currently dating Marcus Jordan, the son of Michael Jordan. Anybody heard of Michael Jordan? He's kind of like a little basketball player. He's made a name for himself. Not sure if you've heard about him. MJ is what they call him. Anyone know Judge Lynn Taylor? Anyone?
Yes.
She's a famous TV judge.
Yes.
She gives some kudos to her stoic husband. We'll talk about that a little bit today. Stoicism. I love the stoicism.
Yes.
Whether good things happen to you in life, whether bad things happen to you in life, straight face, right to the camera. Boom.
Stoic.
We'll talk about a little controversial right now. Anyone like fans of Amber Rose here?
Amber Rose.
No fans of Amber Rose?
No.
We'll talk about what defines a slut. She had an interesting conversation with Jesse Lee Peterson. Any Jesse Lee Peterson fans here?
Yeah.
Linda probably.
Yeah,
Anything
I like
conservative, she's all about that life.
I like that.
Anyone familiar with the legendary, great OG Godfather Kevin Samuels? Anyone?
I have
Yes.
heard.
No? You're looking at me like I'm crazy. What's going on over here?
These are interesting topics.
He's an interesting.
Yes.
Okay, do you know Kevin Samuels though? Oh my, you're gonna recognize him. I guarantee you that.
Yeah,
And then we'll talk about a man traveling the world, many men traveling the world, called Passport
Oh,
Bros.
I love this.
Oh.
Passport Bros who do not want to deal with you American chicks.
Oh, well
wait.
then.
They're sick of you.
It's all good.
Oh.
I love you
wait.
all. I love you Americanas.
Love what you love.
I also love the Colombianos.
Yeah, I
I
was
also love the
gonna
Puerto
say.
Ricans. I also love the
Yes,
Haitians. I also love the
love
Jamaicans.
Colombianas.
I also love the Norwegians. I also love the Australians. I love them all.
Got it.
Black, yellow, right, Puerto Rican, and Haitian. They call me Saz Dog from the Zulu Nation. No, Tribe Called Quest. It's a little before your time, Nat.
Okay.
And then we're going to bring in Donovan. If you guys haven't been riled up enough by that point or have any strong opinions at that point, I think Donovan's going to do his part to getting you
Is that the guy
guys.
from Vegas?
What's that?
Is he from
No,
Vegas?
no.
Donovan, I think, lives in Jersey, but I'll let him explain himself. The only
Very
reason I know he lives in
space.
Jersey because he missed his goddamn flight, Donovan. But it's all good, bro. I'm not heated whatsoever. With that being said, you know the list of the topics on the panel today. Anyone ready to walk off right now because I just offended you? Good. We got some strong women, you know. behind every strong man, behind every successful man is a strong woman.
Oh.
We all know that.
That's right.
Right, Nat? So
Right.
let's meet our lovely panel today. To my left, she's known as the baddie with the Jamaican patty with the fatty. I added that one. Don't worry about that. I added that one. Baddie
You're
with Jamaican. Not wrong. Not wrong. Nat, you want to do a quick twirl? No, all right, it's
No.
fine. Nat's here. She's going to be reading the super chats.
Yes.
You know her. You love her. You put L's in the comments.
Oh,
Maybe
love
she
you.
caught an L, or maybe she's fallen in love out there. So Nat, before we meet the rest of our panel, anything that you would like to say? You get to do something different with your hair today.
I've just got some layers, got
I
some
love it.
volume, got
I
some
love it.
attitude,
So
got
hot.
some spice. You know, I have to keep
Okay.
up with you. You know,
Yeah, you better keep
doing your
up. This
thing.
toupee might come off at any point. And Tam, you got the best hair here, no doubt. That shit's gonna whip somebody at some point.
Ready?
If needed be.
Okay. So Nat, before we meet the panel, anything that you would like to say
Well,
to
first,
introduce our lovely guest?
yeah. Well, first we got Donovan actually in the chat already. He said
Donovan's
I
already there.
He said I didn't miss the flight. We caught it, but it was delayed twice and then canceled.
Yeah.
So that's the disclosure.
Listen, Donovan, you're lucky I like you because we're bringing you via Zoom.
Yes.
Nobody comes in via Zoom, very rarely. But he was on the flight. He was updating me. He was showing me, sending me pictures with the pretzels, with the snacks. He was on the flight, but
Yeah.
unfortunately he missed it. He would have been great right here in the middle of the panel. But we'll be bringing him in about an hour.
Yeah.
So all of the Donovan Sharp fans out there in the audience, stay tuned because you know Donovan's going to bring it.
Yes. Awesome.
Yeah, now's your turn to talk.
Okay, nice. Now's my turn to chat. Well, welcome everybody. Happy SOSCAST Day. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate all of you, and we appreciate our panel today. I'll be reading all the super chats, so give us some good super chats, even the ones for Donovan later on, so, for our ladies, and even for Sauce. So I'll be reading that. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm super excited. Topics are really spicy today. We've got some sound effects, soundboard, and we even have a little bit of a live audience. So
Yeah, a
I'm
little
really
bit.
ready to get started, and my bathwater is still not on sale, and neither are my feet pictures. Thank you very much.
We're going to do a little Halloween special, a Thanksgiving special. Oh, yeah.
It's all right. Relax. Later on.
Okay. All right, you're going to be manning the chat. Nat
Yes.
will be reading the super chats. You know that Hooked on Phonics work for her.
And I forgot. If you're not, make sure you guys subscribe, like, comment, share with your cousins, your brothers, your bros, your side girls, your girls, all of
Hey,
everybody.
Hey, the side girl.
Because it's information that they need to
Yes,
know.
Yeah,
all the
it's
side
true.
girls
You're
out there,
welcome.
subscribe. Make sure.
Main girls, side
you
girls, all
subscribe.
girls.
All girls.
All girls.
And your boys.
Tall girls, all girls. I'm calling all girls. I get it. Linda Catalina's in the house.
Hi.
She's back. It's
I'm
been
back.
many months since
Yes,
you've been here.
since
Last time you were in
March.
here, you wore a red dress because you're a huge Joe Biden fan. We
Absolutely,
all know that.
I love
so
Joe
you're
Biden.
counterintuitive.
I would literally walk through fire just to vote for dementia patient. You know? That's me.
Linda, that's why maybe she got canceled. I don't know. I don't think anybody should
Maybe.
get canceled. We're brothers and sisters in arms. We've both been canceled. I got my
Yep.
Instagram back after the Tate interview. It was controversial, but we
was a
back.
great interview, by the way.
Thanks, Mark Zuckerberg. We appreciate you. But we're here on YouTube. We're live on YouTube. Thank you guys for being here on YouTube, live audience. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. Linda, tell us what you do for work and your relationship status.
So I am a social media influencer and e-commerce entrepreneur. I have a store called Saint Jewelry, which I'm wearing right now. And I am single until I'm married. So,
Single until you're married.
Yes, single.
Are you
until I'm
holding
married.
out
Yeah,
until you're married?
yeah.
So no sex till marriage. That's a
Possibly.
deep pause right there.
For now, for today.
Today.
We'll see, yeah.
Okay, so no
I like
sex
that.
here on the panel today.
I can change my mind tomorrow. I don't
No
know.
sex in
on
the
it.
champagne room.
She's on it.
Well, there was a
Yeah,
girl,
at
there was
least
a
I'm
girl on the
honest.
panel the other day that was a born again virgin.
Oh,
Oh, okay, yeah, those
Yeah, I don't know how
exist.
that works. Born again. Were you on that panel with the born again virgin? No. I was like, yeah.
What does that mean? Is that like a whole
She was
year
just like, yeah, I'm
without
just a
sex?
virgin now. I was like,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Delusional.
I don't think it.
That's
I don't think
nice.
it works that way.
Yeah, I'm like,
I was like, you sound delusional.
that it
She goes,
works
yeah, I
like
am. You know
There
about
you
that?
go.
at least she
Yeah.
claimed it, you know?
Okay, so we understand who Linda is. She's going to be bringing it today.
Absolutely.
Jane.
Hi.
Jane Marie is in the house.
Yeah.
Jane Marie what?
Just J. Marie.
Just Jane Marie?
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like Lisa Marie.
Exactly like
Lisa
that.
Marie Presley.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you do for work and what's your relationship
So
status?
I'm a fitness coach. I work a lot on Instagram. I get clients through Instagram. But I work with women on how to like kind of just, get your power back pretty much and how to just be better and grow. So that's what I do. And right now I'm single by choice.
What does that mean exactly?
Single by choice means just like, you're just focused on you, and until you feel like, this is
ready.
supposed to be the person, then,
Mm-hmm.
we can change that. But
Yeah, it's all the girls I'm talking to these days.
Yeah.
I'm single by choice, okay? I'm not ready to commit. I'm just single by choice. I'm focused. I'm focused on doing this show.
focused.
What's that?
We're focused. What's wrong
We're
with that?
focused. Single by choice.
Yeah.
Single by choice means there's a lot of guys sliding in the DM. There's a lot of guys hitting on you, but hey, I don't got time for all that. Is that what that means?
Yep. Bye.
It's up for interpretation.
Now, what are the
She's beautiful,
chances?
so I'm gonna go
What
ahead
are the
and say
chances
yes.
you're not saying that you're dating because your cool, attractive, good-looking brother standing over there and he's like, oh, I don't know about all
no,
that.
he knows everything. I tell him everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
You
he
tell
knows.
your brother
Yeah,
everything.
That's my bestie.
But everything?
Yeah, he knows.
You don't tell your brother everything.
Well, not
Yeah,
every.
exactly.
Like, there's some things that you shouldn't be telling your
Yeah,
brother.
that'd be
you know?
awkward.
Yeah, but he's.
So
like,
Isaac,
you know,
I was at this dude's house last night, and he pulled out this little. Well, no, I don't. You don't want to hear all that, right? Okay, gotcha. By the way, there's Isaac's over there.
lying. Stop lying. Okay.
I mean, I don't
No,
have a brother
no.
like that
There's
close
limits.
with me to like talk like
There's
that.
limits. There's limits to this.
Alright.
Surface level, second level, whatever the third level, dirty, dark secrets in the closet.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
tell your brother.
No, we don't.
Don't-
We don't do third level.
No.
crazy.
It's awkward.
Deep
You don't want to go
Yeah.
there. Okay. Well, thank you for being on the show. Claudine's also on the show. Claudine Hibbert. Any relation to Roy Hibbert?
No, not that I know of.
Do you know who that is?
I do.
7-foot center, Indiana Pacers.
Yes.
Okay. How tall are you?
5'6".
Okay. Yeah. No, you're not related. You're 7 foot.
My brother's actually 6'8", 6'9".
Your brother's 6'8".
wow.
Where's he playing ball?
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't play ball?
No, he doesn't.
What is he doing? Don't tell me he's a fucking CPA, 6'8".
He's doing his thing.
He's doing his thing, so he's
Yeah.
single by choice.
Yeah, there you go.
What does his thing mean?
He does his thing. He works with the Miami Heat. He does his thing.
Oh, so he's in the basketball world.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see how I pulled that information out of there? He's doing his thing. What does that actually mean? He's the center for the Miami Heat. He's Alonzo Mourning. Got it. Claudine, what do you do for work? I want to say it's real estate.
Yeah, I'm a real estate professional of the last 22 years.
Nice.
Growing a huge, gigantic team, partnered with Elena Cardone. And so
Elena
I'm
Cardone?
excited.
Of course, we know Elena. We know Grant. Of course.
Yeah, yeah.
So you work directly with Elena. She's on your team.
Absolutely.
You're on her team. You got a teammates.
We're a partnership. We have a partnership. And we've grown our organization to over 700, and I've contributed a quarter of those agents to her organization.
Congratulations. Well, if you're looking for real estate in South Florida, you're here in South Florida, yeah?
Yeah.
Claudine's your gal.
There you
Grant
go.
Cardone.
Let's go, Claudine.
Elena Cardone. And what's your relationship status?
I'm married.
Married.
I'm not single looking.
Okay, you're not single by choice. You're not
No, I'm
holding
married.
out.
I'm married. I have a 29-year-old son and 1 and a 2-year-old.
And he's one of them is here.
Yeah, an audience.
Oh.
Okay, I might offend you right now, but I'm gonna go out on the record and say black don't crack. Okay,
Right.
you got a 29-year-old son
Praise the Lord.
straight up,
Facts.
And a 1-year-old.
and a 1-year-old.
I agree.
You say a 1-year-old?
And a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wee, wow, wow.
Wow,
So 29,
Okay.
1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Phenomenon.
How long you been married with the 1 and 2-year-olds?
15 years?
Okay, so the 29-year-old didn't come from that guy.
No.
All right, we're not going to delve too in. I can do some basic math right here, but there's some situations going on there. Well, 1 and 2-year-olds, congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you.
Nice.
I can
Say
take
hi
some
to them.
prayers, though. I can take some prayers.
What's that?
Some prayers.
Some prayers, my thoughts, my prayers, they're with you.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you for being here.
Give it to me.
Lita, Lita,
Little, like lit and Pocahontas mixed together.
like Lit and Pocahontas.
Yep.
Okay. Lita Hontas. Nice. Where do you live?
I live here, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've lived on the beach my whole life. Just moved up to Broward. So.
In Miami Beach?
Yep.
In South Beach? Your whole
No,
you go to
no, North Beach.
North
Like
Beach.
15 minutes away from South Beach.
Yeah, I know it. So you're on like 70th and Collins.
71st.
I know your address,
Yeah.
girl. I'm all up in your
You know-
windows.
you know
I know
the
where you're
vibes.
at. What?
Abort.
A board? Okay, all right. I won't offend anybody.
That was the
Did you go
back
to
in the
Beach
day.
High?
I did.
Nice. Beach High.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah.
I know Beach High very well.
Yep.
Yeah, be careful out there.
No, I was. I went bye-bye after a
What
while.
was that?
It wasn't the vibe.
What, Beach High wasn't the vibe?
No.
Okay,
It
did you
was-
drop out of high school?
I did.
Okay, how'd I know?
How did you know?
I don't know.
I don't know,
Maybe
I got
it
that
just
intuition.
emanates off my body.
And then did
who
you get your
knows?
GED? Did you get your
I
OPP?
actually am
What'd you
working
get?
on it now.
Now?
Yeah.
How old are you now?
21.
Okay.
What?
There's still time. Okay.
Amazing.
And why are you getting your GED?
I just had my second son recently, so I just want to do things. I want to be able to expand my horizons. If I have an opportunity where I need to go to school, I want to be able to pick up and go. I don't want to
Nice.
have to wait anymore. And making the decision of leaving high school was a good decision at the time as far as my emotional health, but of course I wanted to finish. I wanted
Nice.
to make my mom proud. There was a
And
lot
how
of
old are
things
your
I
kids?
My first son unfortunately passed 4 days after he was born.
I'm so sorry.
2 years ago, and I just had my rainbow baby about 6 months ago.
Good for
Well,
you.
congratulations.
Thank
Looks like
you.
you've lost all the baby weight.
Yeah.
Well, I'm cool with it on me. I feel like they're battle scars, you know? So if I lose it, I lose it. If I have it, I just wear it.
Well, thank you for sharing your
Thank
story.
you.
We're with you. You look lovely.
Thank you.
And you grew up in Miami Beach, so I, respect. That's my hood.
Thank you.
The lovely, the talented, the very talkative, the definitely not shy, the woman who shares her opinions all the time. Naomi Hernandez is here. I think it's your 3rd time on the show.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, guys. Super talkative. Super talkative. Naomi, what's new with you?
Nothing really. You know.
I told you guys, she's killing it,
That's
dude.
not true. I've seen you doing some like modeling stuff.
I just did swim week.
How was swim week?
It was
For
good.
those of you out there in internet land on Valuetainment watching right now, Miami Swim Week happens every year in June or July.
Yeah, I think
It's
they had 2 swim
all
weeks this year.
amazing, beautiful, gorgeous models in swimsuits. Nothing that I would ever want to be associated and attend.
Yeah.
I was unfortunately in Aspen that week, but I went last year. How'd you do? Did you walk in any shows? Where were you doing?
Yeah, so I walked in black tape. The
The
Project.
Black Tape
Yes,
Project.
the Black Tape Project.
So that's where you're naked and they just put tape all around you.
Yeah.
Okay, how'd that go?
It was good. It was my first show.
How'd it go?
It was
How'd you
really
feel
good.
about it?
It was a little bit intense at first. We had to get there. We were there for like 12 hours.
Wow.
So we were there for the whole day. It was a whole process, but it was a good experience for sure.
Nice. Life is an experience. Where'd you walk? At the SLS?
It was at Fontainebleau.
The Fontainebleau? A little hotel. Nobody knows about it down here.
I do have one question. Did the tape hurt when you took it off?
Right?
Or like, everyone wants to
Yeah,
know.
it was like
Everybody wants to know.
It kind of looked like tan lines that
Yeah.
were left on you.
Oh,
It was
okay.
like all over my body. I
But
was
did it
like-
hurt?
Yeah, a little
Oh,
bit.
I
Well,
bet.
See, that's why we got Nat on the show. I wouldn't have even thought about that. The tape hurt.
Yeah.
Were you
All the girls wait there.
Were you ladies all thinking about that with the
That's a
tape?
great
No, yeah,
question.
I was like, I need to ask her after the show, like, what happened.
No, you asked her on the show.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I also
And-
worked for Nike Swim and Triple X.
Nice.
Nice.
Supermodel work. Black Tape Project. And what's wow. And what's your relationship status right now? A lot of men would like to know.
I'm still single.
You're still single.
Yeah.
And is that a single by choice?
I mean, I hope it's my choice.
You what?
I hope it's my choice.
That is, it's your choice. Your body, your choice.
Yeah.
Big advocate of that. Okay, well, thank you for being back here. And last but not least,
Ooh.
Intem is here. Intem, the singer.
Hey,
She
how are
has a
you?
beautiful voice, but she's an even more beautiful person.
Thank
You look very floral.
I'm in Florida.
I'm in
Why
Florida.
not? Why not?
I didn't know she was a fucking rapper
I'm
out
a
here.
Floridian. Hello.
Let's go.
Okay, nice. So you sing for a living.
Yes.
You're-
And nanny.
You're also an au pair.
Yes. I
Okay.
love it.
If I'm a little kid out there and Intem shows up to be my nanny, I'm like, yo, what's up? How you doing? Thanks, Mom. I'm good. Thank you for being here. Nice. And what's your relationship status?
I'm happily single.
All right, guys. This single by choice thing, this happily single thing.
It's
You
a
guys are all
thing.
going to have boyfriends by the end of the show.
It's a thing.
Well, I'm married.
I know.
They're all gonna have
With
boyfriends.
my child.
So what's your advice to these ladies? Since you're
Well,
married,
Listen, they have to do them when they're ready, when the time is right.
Yes, girl.
When your heart meets that other heart, and
Yes.
you just
Yes,
you just do
girl.
googly stuff. and
Preach.
You stay on the phone for 3 hours. And that's him.
Yeah.
Where are you at? Where are you at?
yeah.
You know what the guys are thinking?
Simp. That's a simp.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Why are they saying simp?
Because if they're staying on the phone for 3 hours, spending time with your girl.
What? That's the best.
That's a
Yeah, well, you'll be surprised.
I'm at the point in my life where I'm like, I got too many dude friends. I don't want to talk to my guys anymore. I want to talk to a hot chick on the phone. Yeah. Can you bring that mic closer to you, Claudine? Yeah. Angel, we got to teach you how to fucking do these mic things over here. Thank you, brother. Anyway, we'll figure that out. We want that closer to your face because we want to hear what you have to say since you're the only married woman on the panel. Are you married?
I'm with my child's father.
You got what is known as a
Yeah.
baby daddy.
No, he's not my baby daddy. That's my best friend. I've known him since I was a child. Like we got together
She
later
said, "Put
on
some
in
respect."
life. So we're going strong.
That's
my,
right.
that's
Aw,
what I do
sweet.
love about
Well,
it.
congratulations on having a
Thank
baby daddy that's a best friend.
Happy
Well,
for you.
we're moving up in the world.
Nice.
Not everything comes at the time you
Just like
expect
the
it to.
Jeffersons, you and George Jefferson, moving
Moving
on up.
on up.
Oh, sing a little moving on up.
The east side.
Yeah.
took Naomi
To that dealer's apartment in the sky. You don't know the fucking words, do you, in town? Move. Claudine, you don't know this? You don't know the Jeffersons?
No, I do. I moved up to the west side.
There she is. Someone come around and fix Claudine's mic, please. Don't be shy. Angel, help her out, or someone help her out, because I would love to hear what she has to say. Before we get into our topics, let me give a quick shout out to our sponsor. Listen, this is a financial show. It's also a dating show. Finance meets romance. But if you know anything about me, I'm all about saving that money. Okay, thank you. So one of the things I say is you need to save up money so you can invest. When you invest, you can diversify your assets. I'm a big fan of starting off with a retirement plan, whether it's a 401k or a Roth IRA. I'm a big fan of real estate or even REITs, Bitcoin. I have many Bitcoin, crypto, Ethereum, all that. Another asset that a lot of people have been using to basically shield themselves from inflation, all the money printing that's been going on over the last handful of years is gold. Gold, baby. I remember I did an interview with Robert Kiyosaki, and he ripped up a Zimbabwe dollar. He's like, this is nothing. This is toilet paper at this point. Luckily, our US dollar has not gotten to that point. So I said, talk to me, Robert Kiyosaki. What do you invest in? He said, crypto and precious metal, Bitcoin and gold and silver. So we've been vetting gold companies for a while now, and we found American Hartford Gold. American, Hartford, and gold. Who doesn't love America? Who doesn't love gold? So respect to them. So if you're diversifying your assets and want to shield yourself from inflation, this is what American Hartford Gold does. They will ship physical gold and silver directly to your door, or they can set you up with a gold IRA. Again, it's all about diversification. I'm going to look straight in the camera and say, it's not 100%, it's not 50%, it's not 10%, but 1-2% of your portfolio, you're going to want to look into precious metals like gold. A lot of people call Bitcoin digital gold. I get that, but gold also serves its own purpose. American Hartford Gold, we vetted them. They've earned a 5-star rating from thousands of reviews, and even more importantly, A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Not A-, not a B+. They didn't drop out of high school. They didn't get their GED. They got an A+. No offense. You're beautiful.
No, it's all
I got
good.
you. They get an A+ right there. So here's a VT deal for all the valuetainers out there. They will give you up to $5,000 in free silver if your first order. Click the link. I think we have it in the bio, right, Joe? Click the link in the description, or you can call old school. Call their number, 866-443-6361, 866-443-6361, and text SOS, S-O-S. See what we did right there? That's American Hartford Gold, 866-443-6361, or text SOS to 65532. Again, American Hartford Gold. Diversify your portfolio. Get some gold in your life.
Yeah, get some gold in your life.
Is that what you got right there?
Yeah, I got gold. I only wear gold and my Apple Watch.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to
And I wear gold. Gold. I'm a gold baby. I'm actually
Okay.
allergic to fake jewelry. A nickel makes me break out. So I'll know if you give me.
Yeah,
fake
that's
stuff.
what all high maintenance girls say. I'm allergic
No, and
to the fake jewelry.
It's real
So,
uncomfortable.
no, I'm literally allergic. So,
Naomi, what you got
yeah,
around your neck?
Necklaces.
No, I know that because it's around your neck. That's the given part. But
Yeah,
what
it's
is
gold.
it?
It's gold.
It's gold.
Yes.
They have gold plated too.
Okay.
Yeah, I think these are gold plated.
No,
All right. Well, don't be like Natalya. You know, if a guy gets you a nice gift, just rock it. Don't be like, I'm allergic to
I'll
it.
keep it. I'd be like, thank you, but I probably wouldn't wear it. I'd be wearing it and my neck is exploding. Not a good look.
It's like when Vinny ate a shrimp the other day and his lip looks like he got Botox in the lip.
Yes.
Anyway, shout out to American Hartford Gold. Look into them. And anyway, ladies, we're ready to start the show.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes. Naomi, I'm expecting big things out of you.
Let's
You're
hear
the
you say
only girl on the
yeah, Naomi.
microphone.
Big things.
By the way, do you sing?
No.
Have you ever sang?
No.
Sing a song.
You could have like
Absolutely
a
not.
Why
nice,
not?
I will fill in for her.
soothing-
Yeah, you got this thing?
Yeah, of course.
What can you sing?
Can you rap?
Suddenly, life has new meaning to me. There's beauty up above, and things we never take notice of. You wake up and suddenly you're in love.
Welcome to SOSCAST, ladies and gentlemen. We have beautiful girls sing you love songs.
It's the SOSCAST, baby.
And Tem and Pocahontas, we're gonna need you to be singing. Nat, please stop singing. Anyway, let's get ready to start the show. What?
Let me know. I was gonna start to sing.
Just lip sync. I'll do your backgrounds. Nobody got to
Yeah,
know.
Nat, why don't you lip sing and then Lita's gonna sing.
Nobody's
What song we singing?
Let me know what you know.
Give me a song. God bless America.
Oh,
Okay, ready?
that's God bless America.
I hope.
Put the camera on me.
Yeah,
I'm
camera on
singing.
Nat, y'all.
I'm singing.
God bless America, my home, sweet home.
We love America. Shout out to America on the panel. You know what this is?
Natalie, I can't
Fake news. It's kind of like when Nat, sometimes you stand behind me and you do it like you pretend that you have your arms. Yeah, and I'm just like, yeah. That's what that remind me of. Anyway, let's get in to the first topic. Anyone here ever been on a first date?
Yes.
Okay. First date. By a show of hands, or just, raise it out there. Don't play footsies with me. Thank
Sorry,
you.
but I like your new shoes. New shoes.
How much do you think a guy should spend on a first date? Just a first date, wherever you guys go, whether it's dinner and the movies, you go to the bar, whatever it is, give me a genuine number that you think he should go. Linda.
I don't know. If you're doing like a dinner or movie, I'm gonna say with this inflation, like $300 minimum.
$300.
I mean, depends. Are you going to see a bistro and then like a nice dinner? Or are you just gonna like?
That's a cha-ching right there, Jorge.
I mean,
okay.
the other day I spent
Yeah.
$300 at Publix. Like
Yeah,
inflation's
that's
really
true.
bad.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
Well, I mean, you could
That's
spend
true.
what
You
you can
know?
go spend $50 at Publix. You can spend $500 at Publix. It depends what
Right.
you're buying.
Yeah.
But now the dude's paying for you. By the way, have any of you ladies ever paid for a first date?
No, absolutely not.
No? Is that completely unacceptable?
Completely.
And Tem, you're shaking your head like you have.
I can't remember.
When I was in Cuba 2 years ago, they had no money, so I wanted to treat him. He was an evangelical pastor. I felt bad. So
I get it.
I might as well give an experience of his
You found the
lifetime,
richest
you know?
guy in Cuba and he still couldn't afford dinner. I get it. I get it. No. Yo no tengo dinero.
Freedom to Cuba.
I want to take you on a
And
date,
Cuba
mami,
is
but,
expensive.
Viva la Cuba!
Viva la
Cuba's
Cuba.
expensive.
So you were in Cuba. What were you doing? A little Havana Nights thing? What were you doing there?
Exactly. It was New
Okay.
Year's Eve. The COVID shut down the borders, so my girlfriend couldn't come from England. And I was there for 4 days in quarantine. And the last day, they let me out, and I tore down a wall and had a really great time. I met an evangelical pastor.
Build that wall, right,
Yes.
Linda? Okay.
And we had the best time. I bought a bottle
Nice.
of
And how
Havana
much did you
Club.
spend on your Cuban senora?
Maybe like $60.
$60, but in Cuban money, that's like $3.
It's the same thing. It was
Yeah.
worth it. It was well worth
Did you
it.
get a little arroz con pollo, a little plátanos, a
Todo,
little
todo,
sex on the
todo,
side?
todo,
What'd you
todo,
get?
todo.
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 Sign me up.
It was muy buenísimo.
Oh, of course, por supuesto.
Obvio.
Okay, let's keep going down the list here. Jane, how much did a guy spend on his first date with you?
It's like if you're gonna take me on a first date, you have to top the first date. Like you gotta keep topping it. So you're gonna take me out and try to flaunt, and it's like, okay, you could take me to like a nice restaurant in Miami. You're gonna have to like top that off too. So let's just be humble. Take me to like a coffee shop. Let's talk, chill, vibe, and see from there. I don't know how much I don't know. I don't want
So you go to Starbucks, you guys get each
Yeah, let's
coffee, and
just
it's
talk.
$400.
Yeah.
I get it.
Exactly.
It's just
yeah.
Starbucks, basic.
100%.
I wouldn't even want to see the bill. I don't want to see no bill.
Pura vida.
Starbucks is super expensive.
Yeah. Take me to Pura Vida.
Claudine, your husband, this husband, you've been together, you said 15 years?
Yeah, don't be humble.
Don't be humble.
Yeah, just lay it all out.
That's not what Kendrick Lamar would recommend, but okay.
That's his business. You're asking me.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna say lay it all out. Whatever you can do whatever you feel like I'm worth. Like, what does that experience look like to you? Like, what do you asked me on a date, so what does that experience look like to you? If it's Starbucks, okay, I'm okay with that. But if it's Joe's Stone, whatever, if it's
Hey-o.
Prime,
Depends.
I'm good.
Yeah.
So where did you and your husband go on the first date?
We went to Panera Bread.
Panera Bread?
Yeah, we went to
So
Panera
here
Bread.
I'm thinking, hey, you got to show me the works. You got to do it all out
was
there.
during lunchtime.
Would you
We
like
just kinda went.
the sandwich and a soup or the sandwich and a salad?
Our next date, though, was at
Sometimes love is in
Monterano's.
different places.
Okay.
It was in the
Unexpected.
evening.
So there was a vetting
different.
process on the first date. All right, Panera Bread. I like this girl. She's great.
I don't know if that was
We'll
the
do a
case.
nice Italian dinner, a second date.
No, I don't think that was the case. It was just time-wise. It was 12 o'clock in the day. Meet me at Panera. It was cool.
Okay.
That was one date. The next date was at Monterano's.
Very nice.
Yeah.
How far after the first date was the second date?
Very close.
Okay, he knew what he
A lot.
wanted.
Yeah, he knew what he wanted.
And did you know on the first date, that's my new husband?
No, I didn't know.
You didn't
But
know?
he says that he knew I was his wife.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's got good taste.
I agree.
Okay, Pocahontas.
I second that.
First date, how much should a guy spend?
I'm not really a numbers person when it comes to that. I'm more like a vibe person. I feel like it depends on how the date went. You know, like if the date was shitty because you already chose for it to be shitty from the beginning, you're not going to spend that much. But sometimes you think I'm the prize. Sometimes you want to go and spend a lot of money. I don't know. Maybe like, I don't know. There's not really a number for me. It's more of a vibe thing.
It's a vibe.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because you could spend no money and set up a picnic for me. That is one of the most romantic things I've experienced in my
Well,
life.
he still has
Or
to buy
you
the
could-
food for the picnic.
Yeah.
What you getting? What kind
Linda
of
planned a picnic the other day. She spent $300 at Publix.
Well,
Things are expensive.
It could range between $50 and fucking whatever your amount is. It could range $1 million. It depends on what you feel about me.
$1
Because
million
you could do
date.
a picnic for $12.
Okay.
Well, not right now in this economy,
I've
but
had
you could do a
expensive
picnic for about $50. You know,
Okay.
it depends on the vibe. I don't care about money. It's not my
Gotcha.
thing. Like, yeah,
don't
you can
care
have
about the
money,
Gotcha. Naomi, one of these days you're going to go on a first date. You know?
Maybe one day.
One day, these guys are sliding all up in that DM. By the way, Naomi Hernandez on Instagram, I believe. You're lovely. You're 19 or 20?
I'm 19.
Okay, no drinking alcohol on camera. What?
I gave her a shot. Sorry.
And 10.
Police and 10.
She
Okay.
didn't drink it.
You're a young, beautiful girl, model. How much should a man spend on the first date with you?
Yeah, I have to agree. I don't really, like, if I went on a date, I wouldn't really think, oh, how much did this guy spend on me?
Yeah.
Like, that would not come to my mind.
Okay.
I have to agree. It's like, just, the vibes.
The vibes.
How it
All
went.
about the vibes.
It
All
is.
about the
I mean,
Gotcha.
okay, the vibes.
Panera
could be good,
vibes.
but
No,
it's the
Pocahontas?
vibes. It's always the vibes.
Okay.
It's
always the
always the
vibes.
vibes.
The vibe is the most
Because
important
it could
thing.
be
It
shitty in the
is.
first date, but even if you keep going,
Yeah.
you will know in your gut, okay, I should be with this person.
Yeah.
I should be hanging with this person
you just-
regularly.
we
Well,
just
hold
talking
on.
about the first
If
date.
the vibes aren't good on the first date, there's no second date.
It
No, there's
depends
not.
because what if the guy comes in and he like drops a plate of food because he was wailing his hands and the waiter was there and that was embarrassing, but then he's like super cool. So then you're like,
Has
okay,
that
maybe I
happened to
don't.
you?
No, I'm
Did the
just
waiter
giving
drop
you a
the food
scenario.
or did your date drop the food?
No, maybe I'll drop the food.
I've
Who
dropped
knows?
You're all over the place right now. I feel like we should just have a pie fight right now.
Because think about it, you have to see them again. So it's like, why would I be with someone who's spending so much money on like a dinner or spends like a huge
Maybe
amount
he's
of money?
muy rico.
And then it's
Maybe
like,
he
and
has
it's
a
like you
lot
have
of
to sit
money.
in front
Well,
of
I
him
just
for
hope
like
that
an
if you spend a lot of
hour.
money, you don't
You know what I
expect
mean?
nothing because we were here for a whole different purpose. There's no
Yeah.
expectations
Okay.
here. You wanted to
In
take
10?
me out.
When you're not buying Cuban dudes in Cuba hot meals for the
Cigarillos.
first time all day, how much do you think a man should spend on the date? And don't give me the vibe thing.
To
Give me
be
something
honest
good.
with you, it's whatever he's comfortable with.
Okay.
And what he can afford. Because I've been on dates where men have took me to the best of the best concert on stage with Meek Mills and you name it. And he didn't spend $1, but it was like the best time ever. Went to video shoot with Lil Wayne and Rick Ross.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not about how much you spend, but the experience that they create for me.
Got it.
Yes.
So it depends how connected they are.
All right. Well, here's the deal. We're going to play a video right now. But here's my philosophy. If you're going to take a girl on a date, don't just do the standard sit at a table thing
Yeah.
where there's a barrier. Sit at the bar. Maybe you go a little bit later when, you know, it's not as crazy, it's not as crowded. You catch a vibe with the bartender. He's making you drinks. He's like, oh, you know, maybe you slip him a 20. He's like, what a cute couple you guys are. Thanks, Jorge. And then boom. And then there's a vibe going on right there. And then you can maybe touch her leg a little bit. You understand how like the reciprocity works. And that, my friends, is a vibe. That's my situation. That's what I would recommend
That
you
is a
out there. Don't do this. You like that, Linda?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
It
Linda.
makes sense.
Ladies, we're all agreeing. The ladies like the vibe. So, Naomi, when you go on your first date, you tell the guy, let's sit at the bar, buddy. He's like, oh,
I'm
shit.
not really like, if I went on a
Really?
date,
I
I
don't
don't really
wanna sit
like
at
want to
the
go to a restaurant. Like, I'm not like a restaurant type of girl.
You're not a restaurant kind of girl.
No.
You don't eat food?
Yeah, I was about to say,
I,
do you
mean, I
eat?
like food.
You're a model,
Yeah.
I get it. There's no eating of food. Black Tape Project.
No, but it's just like, I don't know. That's just like, for a first date, I want to go have fun. I just feel like that's not. the
Okay,
first
what
date.
would your ideal first date be?
Like, I go to have dinner with my mom and my sister.
No,
all
no,
the time.
we're not taking your mom and your sister on the first date, Naomi. We're gonna graduate. You're not in high school anymore. It's just you and a dude.
I dropped out of high school.
You don't need a
No, all
chaperone.
right, so we got the GED section out here. No worries. But when you go on the date, this isn't like
With
Karate
flying
Kid
colors.
where he takes his mom on his first date. Just gonna be you and a guy.
Yeah, I'd rather have something more intimate.
Like
He cooks for you at home?
Yeah, something
Ooh.
like that.
Okay.
That's
that's
fine.
nice.
macaroni and cheese time,
You
y'all.
better not burn it though.
Chicken
I prefer
nuggets.
that.
Chicken
Don't burn
nuggets.
it. If
Hey.
you're gonna cook, you better know how to cook.
But what happens if he lives with his parents? Now you're having dinner in the kitchen with the
They
parents.
could do the dishes.
Well,
She
what
won't
if
have
the parents
to.
are lit though? Like little Hannes.
Hey, these are my roommates, Phil and Sheila out here. There's like, those are your parents, homie. All right. I know that vibe.
Yikes.
I get it. You got some growing up to do.
I'm not
I would not
to
want to
someone's
sit at the
house,
bar
you
though.
kidding me?
I would rather sit like at a table. I
Yeah,
feel
well, the
like-
guy's paying. You have no say.
No, I have a say.
No.
Yeah, I have a
course.
say.
No.
Usually they ask like, do you want to sit at the bar?
I
or you
hope
want to
you
sit
think I
at
have
No,
to
the
say
guy
if you're
says we're
paying,
gonna
because
sit
if
here.
you don't, we're
Unless
not
they
going
want to deal
nowhere.
with attitude from the women, it's what the woman says, especially
No.
on the first date.
Yeah, she
So,
needs to
I'm-
Like,
feel
who do you think you
comfortable.
are?
A very,
No, I
a
like
very
it when
rich
guys-
billionaire gave me one piece of
Yeah.
advice.
Yeah.
And the piece of advice was this: he who pays says. So if I'm
Yep.
taking you out, if I had to go do my makeup, do my hair, get all ready, oh, that's what the girl has to do. If I have to go plan everything out, make the reservations, book everything, pick you up, do all that, pay for the dinner, treat you right, make sure you get home safe, and we go to Joe's Stone Crab, all right, wherever restaurant, we're gonna sit where I want to sit.
Yeah, of
you guys look pretty, show up,
I get that.
I'll take it from there. Yeah?
Yeah,
I
I mean,
See how
yeah.
easy it is to just defeat these women's argument?
No.
There it is.
I just feel
No,
like
it
when you
just
get
makes
to a
sense.
date,
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
come ready to a date. Once I meet the person, it's like I expect you to be like, all right, you're looking after whatever the waitress is gonna tell you where you sit and you like it, or you tell them where we want to sit,
That'll be better.
and I'll let you know, inside or outside.
Correct
I
me if
love
I'm
a
wrong.
list.
I meet so many women. I see it on their dating profiles, and the number one thing is like, just tell me what time you're picking me up. Tell me what time to be ready. That's it. That's all I
Yeah.
need. The guy takes it from there.
100%.
Yes,
Yes?
please have direction.
Yeah, just
Okay.
tell me when,
Have a plan.
where, and we're good.
Hey, I'm picking you up at 8. Be ready. Look beautiful. I'll take it from there. Yes?
Yes.
Perfect.
All right, gentlemen, you get some game right there. Hey, and we're sitting at the bar.
Especially if a man can, if a man
I
can
think
make
a table's
decisions
more
nowadays,
intimate. I feel like a bar, like you can either go to the bar and you can have dinner, and then next to you can have like frat boys downing shots. Like I feel
No,
like
that's
that
where
will
you go a
also
little bit
affect
later. No,
your-
you pick a part of the bar. Listen, I'm not going to Hooters
Vibes.
and like taking my girl to like Frat Boy Century. Take her to a nice place.
Yeah, but I feel
Sit
like a
at the
table's more
bar.
intimate. That's just me.
All right, well, you good luck with all that, okay?
Okay, I eat the
Anyway,
tables.
let's play this video. This is, anyone familiar with Chad Ochocinco? Anyone?
Yes.
Yes.
I
Famous
read it.
NFL
His
player.
wife.
Notoriously frugal with his money. Notoriously frugal.
I've heard.
So here's a video of where an interviewer asked him, how much money should you spend on a date? Roll the clip.
The sound is at the bottom or the top.
$300 what? $300. American dollars? Dollars.
All right, pause
Please.
it. Pause it. Joey, take a
back.
deep breath. Act like you've done this before. You got this. Hit the sound and play the video. That a boy.
Sound. Oops. Sound at the bottom.
Let's try this one more
To be with
time.
I'm like $300 what?
Joey, start it over.
$300. American dollars? Dollars.
He got this.
Okay, that's
You got this, Joe. Hit that volume, baby.
Joey.
If you reload it, pause it, and then
A
sound.
lot of girls feel like I got to spend a minimum $300 to be with them. I'm like $300 what? $300. American dollars? Dollars. Please. On who? On the first date?
I'm trying.
For what? You're considered a high value man. So ladies, this is this. You got money?
I think high value is based on stream of income, revenue, but I am extremely cheap and financially conscious, so I don't consider myself a high value man.
And you have a lot of money.
Yes. Yes, and I'm gonna save it, which is why a $300 date ain't never happening. Because what am I paying for actually? If I'm at wit's end and I need help and I'm with you and you need a $300 date, can she save me? Can she help me? Is she an asset or is she a liability? Because anybody need a $300 date off rip is nothing but a liability. I mean, it is. Let's call a spade a spade. I'm with you. The women that want $300 dates, there are men out there that are going to continue to take them on it. That's why the women can always say, I'm not doing nothing but $300 a date. Because there are men that will spend $300 to reach their end goal. We know what the end goal is.
Okay. Well, Linda, the reason I'm coming to you first is because ironically you said $300 on the first date.
And I just like
you
put
nailed
it out
it.
there.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
You're beautiful. You're a Latina. You live in Miami. You ball out at Publix. You hear a high value man that played in the NFL worth millions and millions of dollars say, hell no, Linda, I ain't spending $300 on you. I would spend $1 million on you, no doubt.
Thank you.
But what's going on with Chad Ochocinco? Why is he saying that a man should not spend that kind of money? And you are basically saying a man should.
Well, with Chad, I mean, he said it. He's like, I'm frugal, I'm cheap. That's just how I am. So if that's how he is and he finds a girl that doesn't care, she can go to Starbucks, she can spend $10 into coffees, then, I mean, look, I have friends who are married and very happy, whose first date was literally rollerblading, and they spend very little money. I'm not opposed to that. But I have, I mean, I've gone on dates that have cost a lot of money, and it's not necessarily because I requested it. I'm not like, you gotta spend a bottle, you gotta spend this, but like the man wanted to do that. And who am I to deny a man from buying me a $1,500 tequila bottle? Is that like, what am I supposed to do?
$1,500 tequila bottle on the first date.
Yeah.
You look shocked.
And does that actually do something for you? Do you feel like ingratiated to him? Do you feel like you owe him something?
No.
Because if a guy's dropping $1,500 on a tequila bottle, he's expecting something.
I've had even more expensive first dates than that the man wanted to do it.
What happened with those dates? What happened with those dates? Like, why didn't you end up working out with that guy?
Well, because it's not just about money. Right? It's about compatibility. It's about
a
the
vibe, some may say.
Vibe, right?
Yeah.
But if somebody wants to take me out on a date, and I don't know where I'm going, I don't know what they're gonna do, but they want to show off. Like, who am I to say like, don't spend your money?
Yeah, let them do whatever they want.
Right?
Let them do whatever they. What you want to do is what you want to do.
Show your true colors.
And what I've noticed, because I know like the whole rep pill manosphere, is that there's like this weird like belief from men that like if a man spends money on you, then you must sleep with them, or you're like clapping cheeks, and it's just like that's not true at all.
Clapping cheeks?
No.
By the way, shout out to Beating Cheeks in the audience right now. What is clapping cheeks?
Well, the men like you basically sleep with them because they spend a lot of money on you, and that's just not the. I mean, that's just not the reality. There's men that have so much money that it doesn't hurt them at all.
Listen,
it's like
there could be a guy that gives you nothing,
right?
But he sees you in a situation and he just sweeps you off your feet just by words,
right?
And you can have a feeling in your body. You're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter the money. It really doesn't, because you could spend $12,000 on a date right now and you could be a fucking asshole.
Right.
Yeah. You could be so rude,
insufferable,
and I wouldn't even want to be around you.
Sounds like you've dealt with that before, though,
yeah,
Brooke.
I have, because I'm cute.
Yeah,
you know, people spend money.
So,
but if you rude, you rude.
So you're saying that a guy spent $1,500 on a tequila, but he actually had a better date doing rollerblading on a date. By the way, fun fact.
Yeah.
Do you know for a guy the hardest part of rollerblading?
What is it?
Putting the thing.
Telling your parents you're gay. It's tough. It's tough.
Hey, it's fun.
The rollerblading stuff.
I've had
No, that was a joke, guys. It was okay.
Yeah, we got it.
I've had really fun cheap dates.
No?
What are the
You guys don't
where I just
rollerblade.
think I can't participate?
No.
Okay.
They don't
No?
take us rollerblading for
Guys
dates
ain't
anymore.
rollerblading.
No, a long
Yeah.
time ago they used to, but not anymore.
No, not cool anymore.
I'm a roller
Okay.
blader.
I wish.
So I enjoy it.
It'd be
Gotcha.
fun.
I know, they don't even have fucking
Not
skating
anymore.
rinks
But where can
anymore.
you go?
Claudine, you're here saying that a guy spends $1,500 on a first date, doesn't even get any, what'd you call it?
Clapping cheeks.
Clapping cheeks. Shout out to Beating Cheeks in the audience. Why do you think that a man would spend that kind of money? And from your lady's perspective, if a guy spends that kind of money, what do you think he's expecting from that first date?
I don't know that I care what he's expecting.
Right.
That's his expectation.
Literally.
I think everything is relevant. You know, if somebody's spending $1,500 because they make $15 million and $1,500 is very little for them.
Yes.
If somebody trying to impress you, so they're spending their last, that's their business.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't even know this thing. Like, maybe, I don't know, I'm out of the market, but I don't think I am, but I don't know that there are women that literally say, if you don't spend $300 on my date, then I'm not going out with you. No,
unfortunately, there are. To Miami? No, in this day and age, unfortunately, there are.
I don't attract those type of women, so I don't know that.
Yeah, you don't even befriend those type of people. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Like,
even at my age, I have a lot of women in my generation that do it.
He just sat on there and just said that.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Ocho Cinco.
Why not?
It's irrelevant. Like, it's irrelevant. Has he spent that type of money? Absolutely.
Sure.
Yes.
Should he be spending money on other things that he should be spending $300 on? He should, and he doesn't. So now, like, why is that the date thing a big issue?
Yeah.
I think ultimately what it comes down to is the following. Whether it's $300 or $500 or $1,500 or even $100 or whatever, ultimately, as we discussed, the man is paying for the first date, right? And ultimately, a man, you know, newsflash, he's taking you on a date not only just to get to know you, but to, as you called it,
clapping cheeks.
Clapping cheeks out there. So he would like to get something, a return on his investment, as what it's called. But I think we all know
his return could be a phone call the next day.
Literally.
Yeah, that's fine.
Maybe a second date.
But I think a guy would want to spend his money on something that he's what he called an asset, not a liability. It's just a free meal for the girl. We've heard many stories of girls who literally just go on dates for free meals, and that's it. They bounce. So a guy has to do a stronger vetting process than women do. All right, I'm paying on the date. Let's say I'm going on a date a week or a date a month, and I'm spending $300, $500. I have to do my due diligence to make sure that I'm actually not wasting money on what would be a liability. In Miami, there's girls that are just out there for Prime 112, Joe Stone Crabs, you know, Swan, all the nicest stuff. They're just going up for the nicest meals, nicest restaurants. And it's on a guy to decipher, is this thing worth my investment or not?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's also the guy's responsibility to know the type of girl they're going on a date with.
Yeah,
you can physically look at a girl and be
like,
like, okay, she's expecting me to spend X amount of money on a date. I think you can definitely define some of the girls that you pick to go on a date with based on their profile, based on their associations, based on what they look, based on the things that they value, based on the conversation that you had. You should be able to prep like what type of girl you're about to go on a date with. And if you pick a girl that is an expensive date, you know, that's kind of your choice, your problem.
That's on you.
Right. I definitely recommend like
all these
specific
places in Miami,
though.
like, you know, she's expensive, then and that's a problem. Then why are you even approaching her?
But the guys like
because she's hot.
Yeah,
well,
so they
that's
want
what
it.
So you gotta pay for that.
Exactly.
You gotta pay for that.
So what is the ideal like number?
I mean, if they want a hippie, go to the farmer's market.
I think it's
right?
circumstantial.
What's that?
If they want a hippie, they should go to the farmer's market.
That's true. Well, I don't even think, here's what I would recommend. Let's say there's an expensive restaurant. Let's say there's just a good restaurant. There's just like a cheap restaurant. I would go the middle ground. I would do like the Three Bears analogy. Not too hot, not too soft.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take her to Prime 112. I wouldn't take her to the fanciest restaurant, but I also wouldn't take her to Applebee's. I wouldn't take her to Chili's. Find a nice, cool restaurant, preferably with a bar.
Yes.
Pull up, hang out, have a good time, and catch that vibe. Yes?
But that's also depending on your social economic status, because let's say in the event that a guy has a lot of money and he literally tells you like, meet me at Prime 112 at 7 p.m.
Yeah,
He's taking
that's great.
like, you know what I mean? So
you're gonna say yes.
right.
Of course. So
It's circumstantial.
No, I think you should take me to Applebee's instead.
Right. I want to go to
Applebee's is not an
McDonald's.
ideal first date.
I'm just Chili's.
I'd rather
I
get
think
coffee.
Chili's is better.
It's just
Coffee.
you want to
Yeah, I'd
go
rather get
somewhere where you could. I mean, I don't know. You want to go somewhere where you could talk to the person. Because I'm not coming on a date just to look at you and not be able to hear you and have everybody screaming in my ear. Like
So no
I want to
movies.
go. We could. It depends because I talk in the movies
Yeah, I
sometimes.
can't- I
Depends
can get
on
to
what
know
the
you at the
movie
Oh, you're
is.
that girl talking in the movies?
It depends on what the movie is. If it's not
When you see
interesting
that-
to both of us, you're
Wait
gonna
till you
open
see
your
what happens
mouth.
right now.
Shut your mouth, girl. I hear you. Okay. Well, what I'll say is this. Last piece of advice for the gentleman out there. Wherever you go, whether it's Applebee's, whether it's a nice restaurant, whether it's a high-end restaurant, don't talk about yourself. Ask the woman questions, get to know her, ask questions, talk about big concepts. Let them do the talking. A lot of guys fall into the trap of, I'm super successful, this is what I do for work, I'm an attorney, this is what I've done. I generally don't think women care about that. I think women generally want to talk about themselves. I talk about this with my good friend Michael Sartain. Women want to talk about themselves. Isn't that right, Intem?
Yes, to a degree, but we're interested in how you reciprocate it, you know, and like how what we share with you, how you bounce it off. Are you absorbing it, or do you turn it to a conversation about you, or delving deeper into who we are, why we feel the way that we do, or why it is that we believe that we do?
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that. Speaking of bouncing it off, what was the thing that you said that happens on first dates?
Clapping cheeks.
Clapping cheeks. Shout out to Clapping cheeks. Sorry to go the dirty route here. Naomi, did you want to add to this?
I can tell you one thing. I work at Swan. There's definitely a certain crowd
There
and
we go.
expectations for women.
So she works at, just for those of you who don't know, one of the high-end restaurants by Groot Hospitality, the Fountain Blue, Live, Story, Everything Grubman. At Swan, what is the type of crowd, the type of woman that you see there?
There's a lot of influencers, a lot of like high-status people. Just like you can tell these women, they come in, they have expectations, which isn't a bad thing. But if you're going to a restaurant like Swan, you immediately expect something, you know, like.
What do you mean by expect something?
Expect like
from the guy and the girl.
Just like expect like not like it's not really high end, but like he's not taking you to like a crappy place.
No.
And it's more of like a.
It's the scene.
Yeah, it's definitely a scene. For sure.
She's not going to pay for the bill.
Yeah.
The food, she can order as many drinks or shots as she likes.
Last question. Bill comes. The guy says, let's go Dutch, 50-50. How do you respond?
Oh,
just going to lift her hands up like this.
Immediately no.
Jane,
I would
no?
just pay the whole bill.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a boss.
Power move right there.
I mean, if I'm there and you don't even got the money, I better have the money because I shouldn't be there if I don't.
Exactly.
Because you always have the possibility of a man pulling some funny shit.
What kind of funny shit?
Listen, somebody could tell you they want to take you out and then they don't even like your company, and by the end of the date, they're like, let me go to the bathroom.
I'm kidding.
When the check comes.
And then what happens?
Then you need to have your own money and be ready to pay that check.
No, you just wait for the guy to come back to the
You
bathroom.
shouldn't even go on that date.
Wait, has it happened to you?
No, it has not happened to me,
okay.
but I'm just saying, like, if somebody put me in that predicament, I would really hope that I have enough money. I'm going on this date. I would hope that I have enough money to pay for it, because if he decides that he wants to be like, boom, pull the rug from under me, and then I'm here with, what, $12? We're both getting arrested.
We're gonna wash dishes together.
All right, guys, before we get arrested, let's move on to our next topic right now. How many of you guys have kids? We got two
mommies.
baby mamas out there.
That's just mommies.
Married.
Mommies, because baby mamas is a
With
whole
your
different
best friend.
category, but we're still mommies on the sidelines.
So here's actually a funny little video right here. The downside to dating a cougar. Okay.
Meow. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Thanks, Nat. Okay. So there's a famous saying: the riper the bush, the juicier the berry.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. Clapping cheeks. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Jaden
heard
wrote
that.
that. But after hearing this, watching this video, is that still the case? Let's play this video. Joe, you know the music.
At the top corner.
As we get started making love, going hard on
I've
hero.
seen her before.
You're laughing over there, Claudine. Tell me about that life.
It's just funny.
You have a 1-year-old and you have a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
So you have a nice wide
And you have a 29-year-old there in the audience. So
Have they
let's
ever
make,
interrupted you?
let's make this real awkward right now.
Wait. Let's define what a cougar is.
You tell me. What do you think a
I
cougar
thought
is?
it was an older woman dating a significantly younger man.
Okay.
That is not my situation.
Okay.
Do
What's
I
the
have
age
kids
difference
that
between you and...
interrupt? Yes.
Okay.
But I'm not a cougar.
What's the age difference between you and your
We're
man?
5 years apart.
Okay. He's older?
He's older.
Okay. Gotcha. Anyone here want to date a younger guy?
Absolutely not.
Please.
Absolutely not. Linda?
Don't.
No.
Younger guy?
No.
No?
No.
Jane?
It's
Definitely not?
It's interesting though.
Okay. Pocahontas?
No, thank you.
No, thank
Why y'all
you.
discriminating
Naomi?
against the
I'm
young
already
man?
19. I can't go.
Yeah, you can't go any younger. You go to jail, girl. That's jail. Good too. Here's my boyfriend. He's 16. He's a sophomore.
I'm a cougar.
I'm super open to whatever the good Lord wants to bless me with. I do not discriminate age, color, race, religion. I'm wide and open.
But here's the thing.
Wide and open.
You have to.
I'm taking over.
They
the
say
show.
it's like the 5 to 7 years, like what you should have. Like,
Yeah, that's
deal
reasonable.
With.
Let's
Like,
be reasonable.
Right, exactly. Like,
Well, wait a
if-
minute. Look at Tina Turner. Tina Turner.
Rest in peace.
Yes,
Rest in
she
peace.
married a man that was significantly younger than her.
Gave her life.
He was the Uber driver, like the taxi
That's crazy,
driver, and gave her life.
Literally.
What does that mean? Gave her life.
He literally took an organ and gave it to her.
Oh my goodness.
And gave
Okay.
her life.
Well,
and
that's just
gave
some
her
real
life.
shit.
Listen, let's not reference multi-millionaire pop
That's
stars
just some real shit. That's
to
a
like
real
set a baseline
circumstance
for what's
that's
going
like,
on here.
you're
But let's
raw,
hone in on
but-
something. Entem, would you date a guy younger?
Of course.
You would.
Yes.
How much younger?
Well, my limit is so long as they're legal, but so long as
Yeah, you know whose limit that is? Hopefully fucking everybody's.
That's a fact.
Jeffrey Epstein. Okay.
honestly, as long as they're decent human beings that are focused and driven
Got it.
and motivated and have morals and ethics, like that's really at the end of the day.
Okay, so ladies, why do you all say you want to date an older guy, maybe more experienced? Yeah, go ahead, get a little tequila in your life.
Yeah,
Let's go on the
yeah.
record.
Anybody
What is
want
it?
some?
What is it to you, Linda?
I
Why
have
you want
dated younger. I have before.
course, mama.
It's
Okay.
just it just like depends on the age difference, and
You loosen up.
I think like a
Get
5 to
comfortable.
7
Sometimes
year
it's hard to get
age
comfortable.
range could work, especially if you're both like in the younger years and you can have children. You got to think of children. 'Cause
Yeah,
I've
100%.
known couples where the man is obsessed with her and she's older. Actually, it happened. A family of mine. I don't want to put her business out there, but she was an older, beautiful woman,
Yeah.
significantly younger boyfriend, and she was like, you know, I don't want to have kids anymore, right? Like, I'm done. I don't want to have kids. I already
Well,
had
she
my
probably
kids.
couldn't, but okay.
No, but she already had her kids,
Gotcha,
right?
yeah.
She still could, but she didn't want to because she already procreated plenty of times. And he said, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. But then you run into a problem 5 years down the road when he's like, I actually do want to have kids. You know, and she's like, well, you already knew that I had, like,
Yeah.
you know, these 3 children. So I think that it really depends on the situation. I have dated younger guys, and they're very fun and very nice, and they do give you life. Who said that? Somebody said that.
Yes.
They're not giving you an organ, though.
They're not going to give you an organ, but
Maybe an orgasm, but not a
and
fucking
It's very
liver.
rare that they will give
you
you,
know,
an organ.
there's something that happens when you hit 30 that the men from 20 to 30-year-olds are like obsessed with you. Like
Really?
like they will, like, I don't want to get too much into it, but yeah.
Jan, you look like you want to say
I'm
something.
here waiting
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I'm
I mean,
21.
like- I
I
mean,
want to
like-
see what I'm expecting.
I mean, to be real,
You'll
every,
see.
every woman's looking for a man that
You'll
can lead
see.
her. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Every woman wants a man that she can like come home, like let her guard down, and like wow, like you know, like my husband or my person's gonna like lead me, and like I can like you know depend on him because
Like, this
every
is
woman
what we're
wants a
doing
man that we can
tomorrow.
depend on. So someone who's younger who hasn't really experienced much, it's like how can you lead me and my future family to the good decisions when I'm not around? You best believe you better be making the right decisions for us, you know? So someone like that, someone who's emotionally intelligent, someone who can make those decisions, I don't know if it could be like a younger person who hasn't really like, you know, been through anything, you know?
So you just
You
said
can get
you-
an
that
older
every-
it
person
depends
that don't
because
give
I'm
you that.
21 and
No,
I
I'm
can
saying
tell
it
you my life
depends.
story. Like,
It depends on like, you know, the
life
the life
experience,
experience,
yeah.
But you
exactly.
said you said the following. You said every woman is looking for a man to lead her.
Yeah, we want to admire the man. Like,
Shouldn't the woman
yeah.
lead the relationship? A lot of people think that
Perhaps
the woman
spiritually,
should lead the
but-
relationship.
I mean, a
no?
woman. I feel like a woman is there to
facilitate and support.
to
to help
support
me.
you. You know,
Okay,
we
gotcha.
we have it
So
in
the
us.
man is the
yeah.
leader, the woman is the support staff.
Well, you just said that you pay for you tell
Yeah,
the woman what she does, how
The
she
man,
does
the man
it.
is the man is 100%
we're sitting at
the
the
head of the
bar.
house.
but
The
that's
man is
why
the
I
head-
feel like it's
Does anybody here
circumstantial.
think that the woman is the head of the household, or is do they object to that?
Well, I feel like in a way it depends on the situation. Like we were talking about circumstances, for example. Like if you have someone that you know has not been through certain experiences and you know that you have and you know that you can guide the situation in a more fruitful direction, then of course you take the lead, especially if he lets you. Because there's a lot of men that will sit there and just let you tell them, hey, you do this, you do that.
Yeah, those are
This
called
is the-
betas or
Yeah.
cucks.
Well, Depends.
Like a real
Those are
guy
called
is
men
gonna
that you
probably
don't wanna be
step up and want to lead
Exactly,
the household,
100%.
lead the
I mean,
family.
I would hope that you do.
protect,
I would really
provide.
hope that you do. Like, I want to wake up
Naturally,
on
yeah.
Monday, Sunday,
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and
Yeah.
you're telling me, hey, like, okay, this is what we're doing for the family. This is what I'm doing on my own. You can do whatever you want with this time. When I'm on my own, you do what you need to do. Like, there has
Well,
to
how
be
about
balance.
this? Do you want the man being the guy leading, you follow his lead, he's
Yes.
got this, you
Yeah.
follow his
Yes.
stuff?
Yeah.
Or do you want him to be more submissive? He's gonna follow your lead, what you say goes, he follows your lead.
I mean, it's what you're leading with.
But
If you're leading where I'm gonna fall into a hole and I'm not going nowhere,
Gotcha.
then I'm not gonna let you lead. But that doesn't mean that one day you cannot be a leader. It's just you need to learn what are your strengths. I need
Gotcha.
to be able to be
Have
with
an
you and like,
orientation.
I need to be able to propel your strengths. Like we both work on each other. I could have strengths that you would never even imagine, that you never come across. And I could teach you things, but then there's other things that maybe I never experienced, and you could teach me things. It's all about what the situation is. 'Cause
What
of
would be
course,
some things that you would teach him? Like what
well,
things?
one, I mean, I personally don't want to be the person who teaches you how to wipe your ass or cook or
Well,
any of
yeah,
the
let's-
basic
let's-
things.
Let's
But
hope
I
you're
mean-
not teaching a grown man
Temperance.
that.
Yeah, but I'm saying like,
Well, he's not
what if
grown.
you were what if you were raised in a household where your mother was a single mother and she tried her best to raise you, but like you know how to clean your ass and you know how to take care of yourself, but maybe you don't know how to lead
You
a
mean the
household
basic
completely. You know, like maybe you don't know how to be the stern person in a household. I shouldn't take away
Well,
from you
why would a
because of
woman
that.
want to be with a man like that?
It's not about wanting to be. Sometimes people end up in situations. Sometimes you're raised in a situation that it's not what you
Well,
wanted.
how about this? Do
but
any
you
of
take
you, do
things
any
from
of you
that
ladies
situation.
want to be with a man like that you have to take care of? Or would you rather be with a man who takes care
I
of
mean,
you?
when you commit to marriage, it's in sickness and health,
Yeah, I mean, it
in
depends.
poor and
It
wealth.
But you're not
depends.
You don't
married.
start
It,
that
it
way
depends
either.
taking care of what, because I mean, a woman, that's your role. You have to take
Yeah.
care of your man.
Exactly.
Like that's your role.
Exactly.
You get up,
Like, if
but,
he's
like,
lacking.
that's your role. You have to. But there's roles in a relationship. You know,
It's,
whether
it's about how much
something,
you can
whether-
take as a person, I think.
100%. Yeah, and
It's what you
Linda,
sign up
what was
for,
the difference
especially in
between dating an
marriage.
older guy and a younger guy? The biggest difference?
An older guy, it's gonna be more set on his kids, his financials, like, more stable. Like, they're not thinking about what a younger person would be thinking about or focus on. Depends on how young they are. They may just be getting started in college and their career. Like, I still don't know what I want to do. Like, that's why a lot of older women would just, or not necessarily older, age difference, they'll say, I'm just having fun, right?
Yeah.
Some people fall into that trap, some people don't. I think with older guys, they know where they're going, they're leading. They're like the type of guy that's like, okay, I'm picking you up at 8. You don't have to worry about anything. Just make sure that you wear this or that, because it's a nicer place or it's a more casual. I think that's
Would
the
you
biggest
would you
difference.
rather the guy tell you, hey, be ready at 8, I got you, let's go, we're going on a date, or you pick up the guy for the date and you tell him, hey, I'll pick you up at 8, see you soon, look good for me, buddy?
No, obviously the other
Okay, so we're
Yeah.
getting somewhere. Claudine, final point.
I just want to say that I know a lot of very young millennials, specifically between the ages of 22 and 30, that are very successful,
Yeah.
that lead very good, successful businesses, that could lead some of these older women in the right direction, because a lot of women don't have it together either.
So what happened with those older women where they need a young, successful 25-year-old to whip them into shape?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What happened with them? Like, why are they, how old are you talking about for the women? 35?
Let's just say.
So why would a 25?
I don't think it's an age thing.
No,
I
it's
think
definitely an age
It's a
thing. What do you
mentality.
mean? Of course it's an
Mentality,
age thing.
100%.
I had my son at 14, and so I had to grow up very quickly.
Oh, wow. Well, that's an anomaly. Respect to you.
Then I chose to hang around and be around 5 good people that knew about finances. So I was able to buy my first property at 21 and continue from there. So at 21, I was really functioning as a 30-year-old, as you guys are saying. But there's so many 30-year-olds and women that don't have it together.
Functioning at 15
And
and,
then
20
there's
years
so
old.
many younger guys because of technology, entrepreneurship. Like, I've not seen as much entrepreneurship in my 43 years of living here, 44 in August, that I've seen in the last year or two.
Yeah.
So the world is changing. Technology is changing. Bitcoin is here. Gold is here. Crypto is here. We didn't have that stuff back then.
Yep.
And so people are able to accelerate their careers and call it what you want. Most people identify success with money. If you don't have money to pay your lights and water and it gets cut off, you're screwed. You do need money to live.
Yeah.
And most people identify success first with money. Right. Then it's the spiritual, and then it's the this, that, and that. And so I think you have to take every person and just, if
Dissect.
they're 21, evaluate that person.
Dissect.
If I'm 30, they have to evaluate the 30-year-old. It does not mean that one thing applies to all.
Right.
Well, the one thing I'll get, by the way, great answer. The one thing I will say
Thank
is
you.
the money matters predominantly for the man. Okay?
Absolutely.
The man is the person who needs to make the money. So let's use Naomi as an example. I'm just going to use you an example. Okay, let's say I or a buddy of mine was interested in Naomi. I don't give a shit how much money she makes. She's hot, she's young, she's cool. Get on my page, let's go, you're on my team. A lot of women are not just gonna deal with some broke hot dude for longer than a good time.
They will.
They're not gonna wife or marry that guy. They're just not gonna do it. It's based on the laws of hypergamy.
You know how many
I
women
think it
have been
depends,
in
babe.
marriages where they
Well,
had to
it depends.
escape that marriage
That
because they
depends.
married that rich hot guy?
Say it again?
I'm saying, you know how many women have had to escape marriages where they decided to marry that rich hot guy? Like, it's still happening today.
Well, he's
No, but
saying
he's-
it
No, I didn't
Right,
say
he's
rich. I said
saying
rich. I
backwards,
said
yeah.
hot broke guy.
Oh.
Women aren't going to deal with that
I
long
think if
term.
you have a
Yeah.
very successful woman that needs some level of balance in their head, they're willing to work with someone that doesn't meet where they are, because that person might offer emotional stability. They might need a good meal at home while she's out working and doing what, the
So
man
women
usually
will,
do.
you'll be surprised how many women
Yeah.
are willing to be providers because they've already made it to a level of success that they don't care.
I don't
and they
know
just
that
wanna,
many women that are willing to
Does
be
it
the
get to a
provider.
point where, like,
Yeah.
from my
Maybe short
perspective,
term,
some
if a
women
guy's
who
like
are
young and hot, they'll do it
providers-
short term. I don't see that many women just taking care of their man.
But I think
They're-
it's
women
like,
are not built
but
for
it
that.
comes to a breaking
they're
point
not.
because
You're right.
most
Right?
of the time when
I
you
Hold
agree.
on, let her go.
Yeah,
I
it's-
agree with you, but the thing is, you're saying is that in general, men are supposed to lead, and yes, the women's gonna want to be taken care of. You're also talking about Miami, right? Which is a very
just saying in general.
distinct. Yeah, but
Any city. I don't see many women that are like, I can't wait to meet a man and take care of him
no,
and pay all his
but it
bills
doesn't happen
and
that
have
way.
him depend on me. It doesn't work that
But it doesn't
way.
happen that
gradually
way.
happens.
It doesn't happen that way. It's not that she's with a mentality that's like, oh, I can't wait to take care of this guy financially.
Yeah.
It's that perhaps she meets a guy that
With
she
potential.
vibes with, potential, and she's like, you know what? I don't care because I make $5 million a month or $10 million a year.
Okay, unless she's
And I
doing
don't care if he's
OnlyFans,
50
like
years
that, these
old,
are very
you know.
few. These are exceptions to the rule. Most women
Right.
are
But
the
making
world-
normal money,
remember that
got
the
normal
world is
jobs. They're
sometimes
looking to get taken care
circumstantial.
of,
Like,
not
It
not
also,
take care
it
of
also,
a man.
I mean, it depends on the mentality of the man that she's dealing with. If he's broke, then the mentality, if he has a mentality like, look, this is what I want to do, and this is and that, and blah, blah, then, like, a woman would stay around to see if this person can reach their potential or not. But at a certain point, if, it's already, 6 months and you're still not trying to be better, you're still not trying to grow, and you're still not trying to evolve, then at that point, I don't think the woman's going to deal with that anymore.
Well, let me give the guys a final piece of advice. Gentlemen, you may agree with some of the ladies here. You may disagree with some of the ladies here. Listen to me. Make your motherfucking money. Do not rely on a woman to
No,
take care of
of
you.
course not.
Please
It's
don't.
not going
I
to
hope
happen.
you're not doing that.
Okay?
No.
You need to be the person making the money,
Yep.
paying the bills, leading, and then find a woman who can get on the same page with you, whether she makes a ton of money or whether she doesn't. Because even if a woman is into you short term, she ain't gonna put up with your broke ass long term. Make your money and then save that money.
money.
There you go. Speaking of young men dating older women, have you heard what's going on with Michael Jordan's son dating Scottie Pippen's ex-wife? Very weird situation. So MJ's, is it?
She's a hottie.
a little.
met her.
Let's see some pictures. That's right.
Like
Honey's like,
she's
show
like
me the proof.
she's like a Kim
No case, no
Kardashian.
case.
No, because Scottie Pippen could have been dating a woman 30 years younger than him. We don't know.
He was.
I think it's more
At
so the
the time,
connection.
that's why he married her.
It's more so the connection. That's
So-
your
Hate the player,
homeboy's
hate the game.
ex-wife is dating
we
your
need to see
son.
the clip.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
Let's see how hot
So
she
just
is.
real quick, let me tee this up. Marcus Jordan, who I believe is 32, is dating Larsa Pippen. She's 49, turning 50. She is the ex-wife of Scottie Pippen. Marcus Jordan is the son of Michael Jordan. It doesn't take an avid sports fan to know that Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen were freaking teammates.
Yeah.
And Larsa Pippen has known Marcus Jordan since he was a little
Proximity.
little
She's
shorty.
also a sweetheart.
Little shorty. He's probably had a crush on her
Proximity.
forever. And now she's circling the block. By the way, she's been with multiple young
Don't
NBA
hate the
players.
player, hate the game.
Proximity.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah. So show a picture of them, just so Claudine gets a pic. Larsa Pippen and Michael Jordan's son, Michael Jordan relationship timeline.
They work.
So you might say,
Yeah, they match.
all right, that works. Okay, cool. But you know who does not approve of this relationship?
His
The
daddy.
father.
Well, maybe a guy called Michael Jordan. Roll the tape.
What does it sound?
Hey, Mr. Jordan, what do you think about Marcus and Larsa Pippen together? You approve of it? No. You don't approve? Do you think he's going to ask her to marry him?
So if you missed that, the guy from TMZ basically asked MJ, walk into a car, do approve. He said one word. No. Okay? So here's a 32-year-old guy. By the way, she has 4 kids. The oldest is Scottie Pippen Jr., who plays in the NBA.
Oh, wow.
Ladies, how would you feel? You're probably 29. You're probably 27. You kind of revealed your age, but we also know black don't crack. You said 44. You said you're 21, 19. You're probably 28. Gotcha. How would you feel if your man, dude you're dating, guy your age, Nat, we all know that you're 21 for the last 5 years.
Beautiful.
If your man left you for a 49-year-old cougar with 4 kids, how would you feel?
Many such cases. Many such cases.
Good luck.
Really?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I'm telling you that there's like this thing that they men, especially on these podcasts that broadcast, it's like, when are you guys going to talk about how these younger men obsess over older women? And I'm not saying
It's
that
all
it's
that
going to be
MILF porn
forever.
they've been watching for 10 years.
Right. I'm not saying it's going
It
to be
is.
forever, or like, oh, they just want to smash. Okay, cool. But like, he's still with her. He's rich, he's famous. His dad is literally Michael Jordan. He could be banging a 21-year-old or a 22-year-old, but he chooses not to for a reason. Probably the game. She probably has good game.
Yep.
She's probably good in bed. She probably makes him feel really good.
Yep.
And he doesn't care because he feels good with her. Would I approve as a mom? I probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that the more you tell your child like not to do something, especially he's of
The more
age,
they're
gonna do it. If
You're Michael
boyfriend,
Jordan's son. You listen to Michael Jordan.
well, he's
Bro, you
not.
got the word
He's
at your
not,
fingertips.
right? He's not
Yeah.
listening to him, and it's for a reason. He probably feels good. Maybe like the younger girls
His
are
son's
kind of
probably thinking, you're not perfect yourself.
right. God knows what he saw.
Checkmate.
God
Yeah,
knows what he
pointing
saw
the
when he was
fingers.
growing up with a
Absolutely.
famous
That's
father
real.
that was probably cheating on his mom all the time. So let's be honest
Probably.
here. And
Absolutely.
I don't remember the cheese, the
Do you
gossip.
think
You
that
don't
there's
remember
a,
the house
do
you
you,
walked
do, you,
over?
do you think there's a deeper motivation in this relationship? Anyone here? It's like, what's really going on? Is there a revenge going on?
No.
I
Is
know.
there
He
some-
probably- it could
really
be just for
fucks
money,
her,
though.
like,
It
when
could be
you're in
for
Hollywood.
it could
How
be
long
What do you
have
mean
they
just
been
for money?
It could be like people do stunts all the time,
But-
especially
but-
celebrities for money, for
But,
clout.
but
for
who?
stunts.
But
That
be
man is
very clear.
enjoying
What do you mean?
that.
Who's doing it for money?
When you're in
One or the
Hollywood,
other.
He's
One or
What do you
the
mean?
other,
that.
because it could be her. Maybe she's looking for some more income by dating somebody younger, or it could be him. Sometimes when you're the son or daughter of somebody famous, you also don't get the same amount of income as
True.
like your parent. So maybe this is a way for you to get eyes, for you to get money, for you to get marketing. Like you really don't know like
How
people's
long have they been
ulterior
together?
motive behind it.
Yeah, I was just
He's
gonna ask
It
hungry
hasn't been
for
that
the
long.
clout.
It's been 6 months. I'll tell you what.
Well, we know.
Yes. Well, the last guy that she was dating, was a guy called Malik Beasley, who's a 26-year-old guy, also plays in the NBA. Okay, that played for the Minnesota Timberwolves at the time. Then he was on the Lakers. Here's my philosophy. Hear me out. I think she's just is trying to fucking dig into Scottie Pippen.
This
I
many
think
years?
She doesn't give a shit.
I think she's trying to bang NBA players. I think she's trying to just get back at him. I think she's got a vendetta. I feel like
what did he do?
Why?
You're
Because
wrong,
some
bro.
women are freaking ruthless.
You're wrong, bro.
I think some women are ruthless.
She just wants the hottest cookie in the oven.
She wants a what?
The hottest cookie in the oven.
What does that mean?
Like the
whoever's a hot tamale.
He's
You
a
know
hot
what I'm
tamale.
saying?
He's a
Like,
hot tamale.
you
She
think
just wants some collagen. I'm just gonna go ahead and say
Scottie
she wants some
Pippen?
collagen.
Who wants
She's just
Scottie
enjoying
Pippen?
the young shit.
What do you
who
mean?
wants
That was
it?
her man.
Nah, bro.
No,
That's like
AKA
20 years ago.
Scottie Pippen.
20 years
You call
ago?
your man in
For
public,
you,
that's fine.
that's hot. But
Wait,
for her,
let me ask you a
nah.
question. How
Yes.
long has her and Scottie Pippen been divorced?
Years,
dude.
How long
happened?
he been playing her? Even longer.
But not that long. I don't know. I mean, Joey could probably pull it up when they got divorced.
I know.
Yeah, can you?
But there's a reason she has a track record. She's only going after NBA players, and she's
Because they got
obviously.
money.
But what did you think? Why wouldn't she?
What is
I mean,
she
Wouldn't
where else
you?
is
If
she
you're in
at,
that
though?
circle,
Where
like,
is
How-
she?
you're
okay,
supposed to
how
go to
about-
Applebee's
how about this?
workers.
Right.
How about
She's
literally?
gonna go down to
Hello?
How about
Starbucks.
this?
Hello?
You're a mom. You have a 29-year-old son.
Okay.
Tell me if this is not weird or not. Larsa Pippen's son, Scottie Pippen Jr., is 22 years old. He plays in the NBA. Meanwhile, she is banging his teammates and the people he's playing against. Do you know how weird that is?
People or one or two people?
Multiple players in the NBA.
3 or 4 or 30. That's a big
But
difference.
even one, isn't that weird?
Yeah, she has to check herself.
Isn't even one? Isn't that freaking weird?
Those dudes could be
Listen.
assholes, and she made a
cougar's a
mistake of
cougar.
going out with
I
them.
don't know.
I think it's just like the game, honestly. Like
Listen.
lust is, I think, it is a big part
It's
of
just
it.
people
Lust?
end up in certain
Yeah.
situations.
Hold on, let
like
Naomi
there's a
go.
spiritual.
I think, I don't know. I think, well, for definitely in like the guy's perspective, I think it's mostly lust. For her, it could just be a game. Like,
For her, it's lust too.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
we
either
should
way,
revisit this topic.
if you're married
Yeah?
for like such
What do you
a
mean
long
revisit
time,
it?
Let's see what happens in the next 6 months.
Okay, let's see what's
Yeah.
going on here. All right, moving on. We'll do 2 more topics, and then we're going to bring Donovan in here. Donovan, thank you for waiting, and everyone who's
Put a 1 in the chat if you want Donovan on.
yeah. By the way,
Yeah, I've got some chat.
if you got some super chats, you want to go now?
I'll read it in a little bit.
Okay, gotcha. So here's a conversation that I want to have with you guys before we bring in Donovan. This is a conversation that Amber Rose had with Jesse Lee Peterson on the difference between male and female sluts. Okay, so let's see if how you guys feel about this double standard. Joey, roll the tape.
I went through a divorce, and then I started dating after that. And it's like, well, if going out on a date with a guy makes me a slut, then that's just what I'm gonna be.
I don't think going out on a date makes you a slut, but having sex with different men makes you a slut.
Well, what does it make you if you have sex with different women?
A slut maker.
Ooh. So there's a famous phrase that a key that opens up many locks is a master key, but a lock that can be opened up by any key is just a shitty lock.
Wow.
So,
I'm gonna use that.
do you guys think that there's a double standard? So if a man sleeps with 100 women and a woman sleeps with 100 men, is that exactly the same thing, or is there a difference?
No, it's exactly the same thing.
You think it's exactly the same?
Exactly the same thing.
Tell me why.
They're both doing the same
Thank
thing.
you.
If you
Scientifically, it is.
If you deem sleeping with multiple people, let's use 100 people,
Sure.
as being the definition of slut, so we probably need to identify what the word slut is in the dictionary. And the reverse happens.
Joey,
it's
look
the
it up.
same
Definition
act.
of slut.
Please.
It's the same act. So yeah, they're both doing the same thing.
I also think it's about how you present yourself. Like, I feel like if you could sleep with a lot of guys, but like, how would they know that? Like,
Never.
like
You can just, you can tell.
No.
You can tell.
How?
You don't think
I don't think
so?
all the time.
You know, I love Jesse.
I
I
agree.
agree with what he says. It's true.
You
There is
agree
a
with
double
him?
with Jesse Lee.
So you disagree with our friend over here?
I agree with both, and I'm going to tell you why.
Oh, you're playing both sides.
No, it's not that I'm playing both
Okay.
sides. It's because how would you know? Let's say that she's only 19, but let's say that
Yeah.
she was sleeping with a bunch of guys in high school and she has, I don't know, 100 bodies already.
By 19?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's an
Got it.
example.
That's not the
20,
details.
whatever, 10, whatever it may be. And how would the guy on a date know that she's had 1 or 10 bodies? Like, how would they know?
Guys, we can.
I don't think
we
so,
can
though.
just sense it.
That is
No,
bullshit.
I just
Because
said
if that's
it.
the
Oh,
case,
here-
then
Oh,
I
here-
consider
here's the
guys
def-
to be like,
here's
"You're
the
not
definition of slut.
Like, come on.
Thank you,
wait,
Claudine.
wait.
The
A
definition
woman.
of a slut is a woman who has many casual sexual partners.
Yeah,
By the way,
fucking
what
right.
dictionary is this?
Harlot. I like
Puta
that.
madre.
Oxford languages.
Type in man.
But there is a double standard.
A harlot or a
No,
scarlet
it's
woman.
not. No. Y'all are missing something. So a lot of times we build perceptions based on information we don't know. That is the term used for women sleeping with multiple men.
Yeah.
What is the term
For
for
men
men
sleeping with multiple women?
women?
I'll tell you.
A
Which
man
would
whore.
mean the
A
same
man
I'll
thing.
tell you. A motherfucking pimp.
No. Okay,
Yes.
look up the word pimp.
Okay. How about this? How about this?
Look at the word pimp.
What's harder to do? A man to sleep with 100 women or a woman to sleep with 100 men? Think about it.
A man.
What is harder to do? Jane, you
A
said
man,
what?
I think it's a man to sleep
man.
with a
Tell me
woman.
why.
Because a woman allows it. Like,
Okay.
a woman allows for a man to, like,
So it's almost like the guy is the
Are you
key and the
trying to
woman is
say
the
that-
lock.
No. Okay, you said it nicely.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, that's.
I think a woman
yeah.
allows it because he can't.
It makes
Y'all are
sense.
nuts.
He can't
all
penetrate if I don't
depends.
give him
That's
the
easier
access
for
to
a
it.
Are we
woman
nuts,
to
or
not
maybe you want to take that
Depends.
answer
How
back?
much
I
love?
think it's easier for a woman to have.
It's
partners.
easier
You
for
think
a
How
it's
woman.
easier?
sexy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, because you can get laid whenever.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know?
What if you're one of those
How about
guys that
this?
just gets laid
How about this,
whenever
ladies?
because you have that
What
type
if
of
he's
charisma,
fire?
and then you're like,
What if he's so
Guys
sexy?
gonna get
What's that?
laid like
What
a
if he's
woman?
super sexy?
If he's
but
super
how many
sexy,
times has a woman
yeah, exactly.
done something
Hello?
because she feels like
Exactly.
she's obligated?
Yeah, because
I wanna see
think
what
about
the word
a
pimp means.
a guy.
Ladies, there's only one mic. So if someone's speaking, don't speak. So you were saying something.
If the man is sexy
Yes.
and desirable,
Yes.
who is a woman to deny him?
My freaking point. So okay, how about this? How many of you ladies would like a guy who makes a good amount of money?
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy.
Comfortable.
That would be
Okay.
great, but
How
who
many?
cares?
How many of you ladies would like a guy who's 6 foot?
I'm not really.
Nah,
Okay.
I don't.
No,
I'm not-
taller guy.
I've dated guys like literally.
How many of you guys would like
shorter
somebody
than me,
who's
yeah.
got a good personality?
Yes.
Yes.
has-
Okay.
Yeah.
How many of you guys would like a guy with a good vibe?
Yeah.
How many of you ladies would like a guy to pay on a first date?
I like that.
How many of you ladies would
It's
like
not
someone
necessary.
who is in good shape?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wealth belly's okay.
How many of you ladies would like somebody who's good with kids and family?
Check.
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
That would be
How many of you
great.
ladies like someone who tells jokes and is actually fun and good to hang out with?
Okay, but
Okay.
they're not gonna have all of that.
Okay,
Adam.
no, but that's
not
something you would desire.
Sure.
Okay? Now, to get that guy 6 foot, 6 figures, makes a lot of money, tells jokes, vibe, personality, all this, check. Now, ladies, ask me the qualifications for me to bang a chick. Go ahead.
Zero.
To
Yeah,
bang
go for
versus
it.
marry. Very
All we
different.
talked about
He
is
just
sex.
got
Wait,
enough
wait,
going.
All we
wait.
talked about is
She
sex
just
here.
got
Pause
enough
for a
going.
second.
No,
Top
pause
one.
for a second.
Okay.
What is it?
Number 1, hot.
2,
Hot.
3.
Hot.
I
No,
think
give me other
Yes.
than hot. 4.
The qualifications
5.
are different.
No, he
You
said
did
just
not-
sex.
And
He said
cool.
just
You
sex.
And
didn't
cool.
ask the same
Hot
question
and
though
cool.
to us.
Nah, but
What's that?
5,
You just
6.
asked us a series of questions
Okay.
and you did not say.
So go ahead, Miss Attorney. Go ahead.
I'm
Ask
like,
the
come on,
questions.
that's
Interrogate me.
No. That's
You
not.
go ahead.
You're not asking the questions fairly because
Yeah.
you did not say what do we need women to bang a guy. You said what qualities we like in a guy.
Well,
and then
Claudine,
you said
in all
Very
fairness, you
different,
knew where I
very
was going
different.
because
No,
I
we
led the
didn't
conversation
know.
with a slut conversation.
I didn't
So
know.
I think we know where this was we're going.
Who knew where he was going with that?
Nobody.
Stop it, guys.
No, I swear to God.
I even
like,
said where we
straight
going
up.
with
Okay.
this.
The
We
point is
didn't.
this. Here's my opinion. For a guy to sleep with 100 women, he has had to do something super exponential with his life.
Oh my God.
Money, game, looks, status, connections, all that, pay the bill, everything, then some, taking care of your mom, your puppies, your this, your that. For a woman to sleep with 100 men, she just had to just put on a nice outfit and walk out the street. Some dude would bang her.
I'm sorry, but that's true.
I have to agree with that.
Is that true?
That's what I said.
Is it
Because
true?
I literally go out right now and put on a cute little makeup outfit,
Yes.
and everybody will be like, "What's up? Can I have your
Thank
number?"
you.
Yeah.
So,
That's facts.
Pocahontas,
Sorry.
you could walk out the street right now, or specifically to a bar. How many times does a
could
pretty girl
literally
get?
go 2 blocks
How about
down.
this? How many times does a pretty girl get hollered at a bar?
All the time.
Like
All the time.
whatever man feels.
Do you ever
willing,
think I get
but you don't-
hollered at a bar?
You should.
And I'm 6 foot. I'm a millionaire. I'm successful.
You're
I
the
got
wrong
jokes.
bar.
I got it all. I got it going on. It doesn't work that
You
way.
don't even have to go that
For
far.
a
though.
guy,
You're not surrounded by
for a
women who
guy to
have
do
that
that,
type of
he needs to
ambition.
be somebody. A girl just needs to be hot and attractive.
You don't even have to go that far though. You don't even have to go like outside the street. You can genuinely just go on your Instagram.
It's the
go through
vibe.
DMs. I think nowadays through
Even
Instagram,
better.
it's
Thank you,
just-
Jane.
true.
You don't even need to leave the house.
No.
You're gonna get attention from your Instagram.
Yeah.
You think a dude has chicks sliding in his DMs?
Yes, they do.
They
No.
do though.
And
They,
what-
not in
okay,
they do.
Linda.
Depends
All right,
on
Linda,
what
help me
you
out
do.
here.
I've seen
What-
them. A
Hold
lot
on,
of my
let me
friends
ask
are on
the
social
question.
media.
Baby, let me ask the question.
What type of
What
guy?
type of guy is getting
Slid.
slid in his DM? Explain that type of guy.
She's like, let me take a sip.
There is no type of
No,
guy.
no, 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 no,
Because
no.
if you feel like
Explain-
you want
Honestly,
There is a
Okay,
type of guy.
explain the type of guy
because
who's getting.
I know where you guys are going
someone's
with this.
hitting
You guys
up his
think
DMs.
it's the guy that's showing the Bugattis and all this stuff. I have friends who are married, Christian, 3 children. They show their wives, and girls are still down their DMs.
What does he look like?
He's cute.
Okay.
They're cute. They're not.
Okay.
I mean, but
Would you say he's a successful,
you know,
high-value man?
Of course.
Of
sure,
course.
but he's not. But he's not showing any material stuff like most of you guys.
Because
like what you guys
women
refer
want
to.
what they can't have, and they see a man who's happily married, they're like, I want
Okay.
that
100%.
motherfucker.
A woman
Yeah.
will look.
Go ahead, Jane.
100%.
That's
A
true.
woman would look at a man's Instagram and say, and like he's happily with a
He's a
woman,
good
and then
Yeah.
she's gonna be like,
dad.
she's gonna
He's
sit
a
back,
good
she's gonna be like,
this.
wait, hold on. Why? What does he have and that she's getting that I'm not getting? There's
Yep.
women that are like that and slide.
There you
Just
go.
be
I
sliding.
rest my case.
I mean, personally,
Claudine, if this were a judge, jury, executioner, I think I won this one.
You did.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
You get
I
1 point.
Thank you. All right. Well, let's do one more clip, and then we're going to bring in our friend Donovan for the rest. So,
Donovan.
Kevin Samuels.
Dead.
Kevin Samuels, what?
He's dead. He died
He
in the
is
arms
dead.
of a.
Brutal.
He
He is.
died in. Are you gonna tell him how he died?
How?
After shaming black women. You don't know about this,
No.
Claudine?
How did he die?
Black power.
He
Hello.
he
All
was
day,
basically
every day.
always telling black women that they were not good enough for their men and they're
yes.
fat and all
Okay.
this
Yeah, he
stuff.
did.
And the funny
He
thing is, he
did.
died
Not long
alone
ago.
of a clogged artery. You know that? After shaming
Yeah.
fat people for so long. It's just very unfortunate, but you know, things happen.
Well, that's it's sad that that's what you
And then
think.
he died
I'm
alone.
sad though, like
It's sad that that's what you
That
think
was
his
real deep.
legacy is. But here's a clip of him,
Wait, that's.
as
just
you
wanted to
said,
say that so bad.
shaming a black woman right quick.
No.
But you let me know if you agree with his take or her take. Joey, we have the Kevin Samuels clip?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, roll this tape.
5'10".
5'10", dress size?
I'm a dress size 8,
How much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself?
175.
And if you had to rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10, fresh face out of the shower, your natural hair, you can't use 7. What would you give yourself?
I give myself a solid 9.8.
The
Love
face.
that. Love that. He said what?
From LA?
Mm-hmm.
You must mean Los Alamos, not Los Angeles.
Los Alamos, do you know where I am?
Yeah, not in reality. If you give yourself almost a 10 in LA,
Why would you not give me a 10 or at least a 9?
because you're not that cute. You came in saying, I want a man who's $400,000 or more.
I'm willing to move. You didn't even ask that.
How about move your standard? Because you're not there.
I'm 5'10".
Okay.
5'10", dress size?
I'm a dress size 8,
How much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself?
175.
Stop it. So she's 5'10", dress size 8, weighs 175. How big of a girl is that, just so we're clear? That's a big girl, right?
Like me.
Okay, but you're not 175.
No, I'm 168.
Okay.
Yeah, but the extra
she's
5
tall.
pounds counts.
Gotcha.
Hello.
In all fairness, ladies, in all fairness, I know every lady's a 10. I get it. I get it. You're all beautiful. When he called her, when she called herself a 9.8 in LA, did you agree with her or him?
Her.
Her?
With him.
With him?
Yeah.
She's not a 9.8?
Yeah, I didn't agree
Why not?
with her.
It's LA. It's like Miami and New York. Well, I wouldn't say New York. I would say more like LA.
Wait a minute
Miami.
now. Who has this? Where is the definition of what a 9.8 means?
Yeah,
That is
because-
in your own head. And
It
if she
is.
feels like she's a 10, she's a 10. Now, if you ask me, she's on. I would never be on a show with Mr. Kevin Samuels, first of all, because I don't need you to verify, validify anything that I think. So I think
Right.
she has low self-esteem for even being there.
They all do.
Well,
but
a
if
lot
she
of
feels
women-
like she's
yeah.
a 9.25, then honey, you just go.
9.8.
Go and be
Well,
your
in all
9.8.
fairness, the reason that they go on these shows is because they can't lock down a man or they can't find the man that they want.
They just
so
want
they go to him
attention.
for
They used to.
for
Please,
some
he's dead.
validation or an explanation as to what's going on right now. And he just gives them the cold hard truth.
Sure.
He's saying, listen, in my opinion, you ain't a 9.8 in LA, baby. That's his opinion.
Yeah.
You might disagree.
That's the
But
thing.
what
It's
is
an
LA?
opinion. It's an
What's that?
I
opinion.
mean, I agreed with it this
Everybody
time.
has certain expectations, like in their dating life.
I mean,
Okay.
does she need to be on crack?
Pocahontas, you said you
cocaine?
agree
I'm
with what?
confused.
I said I agree with it this time just because there's certain standards that people are going by. Everybody in society, like, not everybody, but there's a big group of people who follow the norm.
Yep.
What's going on? Oh, I see pink, I want pink. I see blue, I want blue. There's a lot of people who have no direction.
So
they
true.
have no type of influence. They just want to do whatever it is
Preach
that they
it.
want.
They follow the followers.
You have a lot of people who are sitting there like, oh, I want a BBL woman. I want
Yup.
a woman who has a fat ass and a woman who big boobs, all that.
Do you know
But-
anyone? You got
true.
someone like that?
I mean, I have
Make a
a lot-
referral.
I have
Make a
a lot of
referral.
friends who
Hello?
have
A lot of
big
people.
boobs.
No, he said
Big
make a
boobs.
referral. I mean.
I got a lot of
It's
friends who have
true.
slim waist, skinny body. Like,
No,
it is
no,
what you
no.
like.
You hold on to
It is
those
what you
friends.
like.
True,
It has
it's
nothing to
true.
do
Here's
with
my
what
last
you
question
want.
for you guys before we
What?
bring in our friend Donovan.
Oh my goodness.
He's basically saying you need to lower your standards. Lower your standards. You think you're a 9.8, you need a guy who makes 400 grand a year. You want this, high value man. You want the man. What are the chances that a woman would lower her standards? Would a woman lower her standards ever, Linda?
I think so.
You think so?
If they get to a certain age, maybe if they have children and they want a partner, but they know they're not going to get what they used to, I think so. I don't
Okay.
know if they should, or I mean, I've seen it all. I know.
You run to the bathroom? Look who lost first, y'all.
It's okay. Careful.
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 Oh.
Yeah, okay.
It's a lot going on.
And Tem?
Okay. You're good.
Okay. Next time, let's help her out. Okay.
Where was I going with this? I've seen it all, but I think that maybe if you have like 4 kids and you don't have a partner and maybe your husband died or you got divorced, you're gonna have to. Is she okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
You may have to lower your standards or think like, hey, I'm not gonna get like the 6'5" or
Oh my
whatever,
goodness.
Gotcha.
$500,000.
Jane,
I
would
cannot
you?
believe
What are the
this.
chances you think a woman should lower her standards?
It just honestly really depends on the woman and like her perspective, but someone telling me I can only speak for myself. Someone telling me to lower my standards is like, that's
No, not happening.
No, absolutely
Claudine,
not.
you seem like you're about that lower
No,
standards
I'm
life,
actually annoyed.
yeah? Yeah. Tell me why.
For women to be telling women to lower their standards. First of all, I had a son at 14.
Mm-hmm.
I made a bad decision in that moment that happened to be a great decision. My son is 29 and very successful.
There he is right there.
So what if now my soon-to-be husband says, no, I'm not gonna marry her because she's a son at 14, and decided that I wasn't good for him because of my circumstance? I don't think you should ever lower your standard. Your standard is your standard.
Yep.
What about manifesting? What about all the things you want to dream about having? Because I'm not of a certain type of something that the world thinks I should be, I should lower my standard. I'll tell you what, I was 14 when I gave birth. I didn't have any more children in between. I have a very successful marriage. I own an all-boys school, K through 12. I always wanted to be a school teacher. They didn't make enough money, but I still love schools. We own the schools. Don't lower your standards, not for anyone. I don't care if you got 10 kids. There is somebody that will come swoop you up and take care of all those 10 kids, and they could be 6'5" and make millions of dollars.
Well, I agree with everything you said except for the last point.
Why?
Gentlemen, do not be the stepdad to 10 kids. 1 kid? Cool. Cool. By the way, when you met your husband, your son was already a grown-ass man.
He had
right?
one too, though.
Okay, perfect.
doesn't
Even
matter.
better.
It doesn't
There's a big
matter.
difference, in all due respect, between a single man who has never had a kid versus someone who already has a kid and collaborating lives. There's a big difference in that, in my opinion.
Okay.
So you wanted to, I think, respond to Linda because she said, yes, you should lower your standards.
Well, no, I said, do you think a woman will? It's not that I'm saying they should. Well, they do it.
Well,
do
you
I
did
think
say
that
you
women
What is the
do?
likelihood a woman would lower her standards?
I think some do. But I don't
Okay.
disagree with what she's saying. I'm not saying you should or be a doorman. But do I think that some women do? Yeah, because I've spoken to some of those women.
Yeah.
So what some of those women have been my family members who were like, you know, as I'm older and I'm single and I have children, I'm dealing with the best man that I can get.
Last question.
I just want to say
Last
something
question.
quickly. I think it's easier for a woman to lower her standards than it is for a woman to actually become a better woman.
Yeah.
So I think that's more of a downfall. Like, oh, let me just lower my standards because I can't get this guy that, you know, would really fit me.
Yeah.
You know, I think
What
working
does-
on you to be a better
Just
woman
so we're
is gonna
clear,
be better.
what does lowering your standards as a woman mean?
It means not seeing value in yourself. That's what it means. If you're
But-
lowering your standards, you're not able to see what it is that you can
No,
have.
but like in the physical sense for a man, is it the money? Is it the looks? Is it the attitude? Is it the personality? If you're going to lower your standards, what does that mean?
I think that's a very vague question because everybody's standards are different.
Yeah, like it's circumstantial at the end of the day. Like you could sit there and expect for yourself to meet somebody who has $10,000 a month. You could sit there and be like, oh, I want somebody who serves me broccoli and salmon. You could have all these type of standards, but then you meet somebody who doesn't even meet the standards that you have, but they're the person that you want to spend all your time with. You can have
Okay.
standards as much as you want, but it's all about, again, like I go back
Well, I
to
think you're
the
trying to
vibe.
define what is a standard.
There is
Like,
no
what does that
definition though, because there could be women like you and me. There could be 10 women who agree with what I agree with, 20 women who agree with what you agree with, 30 women who agree with her, 40 with her. It's all about the vibe. It's individual.
She's back at
It's
the vibe.
all about the vibe. All right.
It is.
Let's get ready to bring in Donovan. Before we do that, just so you understand who this man is, he was supposed to be here today, so you guys would have had interactions with him. We have a few videos we'd like you to play. Trigger warning.
Yeah.
Donovan Sharp hosts a podcast, Donovan Sharp channel on YouTube. It's all about the red pill, relationships, and dating. He's unapologetically masculine, and he runs a conference called the Conference for Masculine Excellence. Claudine is already shaking her head. She hasn't even seen a video of him yet. But again, he was supposed to be here today. He couldn't make it, so he's joining us via Zoom. We're going to watch a couple quick clips so you get a feel for what he is, and then we'll have a brief conversation with Donovan, and we can have this conversation together. So here's a question. Here's a clip of Donovan and his wife, or soon-to-be wife, Devin. You got this? Yep. There's 3 of them.
Well, if I want to go have a beer with my friends,
Yeah.
I'll ask him, can we go? So we can go together.
And would you ever say, "Hey, sure, it's fine, honey," or "No, that is the line in the sand"?
I'm not her father. I can't tell her what she can or can't do. I can control what I do. If she wants to go to the bar with her friend, that's perfectly fine. But at that point, she becomes a woman that I do not commit to.
Well, if I want to go
Okay,
have a
so
beer...
to be clear, she cannot go to the bar by herself. She would only have to go with him, or she potentially cannot even go to the bar. Let's play the second clip.
Can we just skip sex tonight? I think I'm getting a headache.
Okay.
Babe, can you please take out the trash?
Sorry, babe. I have a terrible headache.
Hey, babe, the tire has a nail in it. Can you fix it, please?
Whoa!
Remember, guys, if she doesn't uphold her end of the bargain,
Then you don't uphold yours.
Oh my god, this is so cringe.
Gotcha.
Literally,
Okay, so she can't go to the bar by herself.
I can't, girl. I'm like,
And if she withholds sex, he withholds masculine
Maybe
duties.
it's a good thing that he didn't make the flight.
What's that?
Maybe it's a good thing he didn't make the flight.
Okay.
You're gonna
And then
love
here's
it.
the last clip of Donovan Devon. Go ahead.
I'm going to the bathroom.
All right.
What the?
I told you I don't commit to women who take their phones into the bathroom.
I just forgot this one time, okay?
Oh my.
Okay.
So, are we good then?
Should we go to the bathroom?
Yep. I called you an Uber.
This is so petty.
Call it what you want, but this is how I move, and you've known this from the start.
Ladies, don't pretend you've never texted an ex in the bathroom.
Or swipe for sausage on Tinder while in the shower.
Or God knows what else you don't want your man to find out about.
So do you agree or disagree with the reason my girlfriend kicked herself out of my place? Let me know in the comments.
She kicked herself.
Okay. She kicked herself out. So Donovan's going to join us in 1 second. So just to be clear, and you guys can have this conversation with him. We'll have him in a second.
Oh, I'm
she can't go to the bar by herself. If she withholds sex, he withholds doing manly duties, and she's not allowed to use her phone in the bathroom. Well, she made that decision, and then she broke up with herself, basically. So again, unfortunately, he wasn't able to connect to his flight. He wasn't able to be here. But I believe we have Donovan, who's been watching the show the whole time. And let's have this conversation with Donovan. Donovan Sharpe, are you there? Duties, and she uses her phone in the background.
You have something playing in the background.
She had that playing in the
You have
background.
something playing in the background.
Donovan, can you hear me?
We can't hear you.
Audio?
Hear you. Yep. I got
All
you.
right. We good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All
Can
right.
you hear me?
Yes. So you saw the intro. Unfortunately, you missed the flight. I get it. There was connection issues. We were, just to be clear, he was texting me all day. Hey, delay, but he's here. But I didn't want this opportunity to be missed. I'm sure you saw a good portion of the show. What's your take on what the ladies are saying so far?
Yeah, a typical response. And to me, this is neither good nor bad. The way dating is, it's an indictment on men and women. We are every bit as responsible for the demise of dating and the nuclear family as women are now. This would not have happened without feminism, but women couldn't even do feminism without men. And so women who call themselves feminists need to thank men that the feminist movement was indeed successful, because without men, you wouldn't have feminism. But yeah, this is just the way things are, man. I try to tell my guys what to look for, because like the hot, boring girl who is the model, the high school dropout, what she said is true. A girl could have, 50 bodies and you would never know. Well, she's absolutely right. But this is why I teach my guys, pay attention, what to look for, what to ask for. You don't, and never ask her, how many guys have you slept with? Because she's going to tell you 2, when the number's probably closer to 222. Don't ask a girl what her body count is, guys. She's never going to tell you the truth. And to that point, it matters, but she's never going to tell you the truth. So instead of asking her what her body count is, do the non-lazy thing and observe. When you have conversations with her, pay attention. There's so many men who sleepwalk through their relationships that when they get blindsided by their soon-to-be ex-girlfriend or ex-wife's infidelity, the question they always ask, how could I miss it? Well, you missed it because you weren't paying attention. That's just really all there is to it.
What do you mean by paying attention?
Paying attention to paying attention to the things that she says. So for example, if she talk about her ex-boyfriend, she's probably not over her ex-boyfriend. If she's ever lived alone, if a girl has ever lived alone, she is far more likely to have a higher body count because there aren't people around to indirectly shame her. See, when a girl has roommates or she lives with her friends, she can still get it in with a bunch of guys, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult because she doesn't want to have to do the walk of shame in front of her roommates or family, uncles, whatever the case may be. Ask her when she talks about her relationship. Say, well, how have you gone without being in a relationship? Whatever the number she gives, we know that most women sleep around indiscriminately. So if she tells you 1 year, 2 years, you can bet your ass that she was not in some convent waiting for Jesus Christ himself to show her Mr. Right. No, she was up under every Tom, Dick, Harry, and Jamal, just like every other girl. This doesn't make her a bad person. This doesn't make women bad, doesn't make them evil, doesn't make them terrible. But this is how they are. And I teach my guys to deal with women the way they are rather than the way we think they should be or the way we think they, how can I put this? Instead of wishful thinking, I just keep it all the way real. I'm not going to tell you I'm not going to tell you how it is. I'm going to tell you how it is, but I'm not going to leave out any specific details, I guess, to sugarcoat anything.
Got it.
That makes sense.
Ladies, you've seen some clips of Donovan. I can assure you, Donovan, you correct me if I'm wrong, he's not doing it for clicks and views. That is his relationship, okay? He sets standards and boundaries with his girlfriend, soon-to-be wife. You've heard what he had to say about relationships. What questions do you have? Claudine, you look like you have something that you would like to ask him.
I don't. I think I just wasted 3 minutes of my time watching something that was an important one. Mm-hmm. Two, I think that's just their prerogative.
Yeah.
Right. I think even when you asked him the question, he was just typical. First of all, like that's like undermining women as a body of people.
Yeah. How does that undermine women? I said that's the typical response, and all of you said basically the same thing. You guys proved my point.
Okay. For which part?
Yeah, that's a checkmate. Here we go. All right. Oh, here we go.
No,
this is one thing that I really like. The lawyer. Hold on. Hold on. This is what I really like about the lawyer lady and the lady sitting next to your right with accent. She's got I don't want to be disrespectful, but she has nice sized bosom. She's got the tattoo, and when we have to argue in good faith. We have to have conversations in good faith. Anytime you're talking to someone or debating a topic and they never want to lock you down on one thing. You say, well, what are relationships like? Define relationships. Well, relationships have trust. Okay, we'll define trust. What we have to understand is that no, not everything is black and white, but not everything is gray area either. There are certain absolute that are in place. It's essential to life. So if we're going to have intelligent conversations like this, let's stop asking questions after questions. We know what a relationship is. We know what trust is. We know what an attractive person is when we see them. Let's talk in generalities because we know the world is not optimal at theirs.
Okay, I had a question if I can ask.
Yes.
Yeah, so why would you kick your person out if they're going to the bathroom and they take their phone with them?
I'm not kicking out my girlfriend. She kicked herself out.
She kicked herself out by going to the bathroom.
Well, I just want to say this. I have 2 small children, and I find, and this is not a joke. This isn't. Oh, no, you hold on.
Wait,
no, you hold on.
No, baby. No, you hold on.
We're just going to keep going back and forth.
See again, here we go. Here we go.
So
funny.
It's funny how.
I want you to listen for a second. I have 2 small children. And let me tell you, one of the most quietest spaces for me is in the bathroom, literally, and I'm going to say this, on the toilet. And I do have my phone with me because it's a space of quiet. And I have a living nanny. I have a good support team. But something about that bathroom and that quiet space, to me, for me, that works for me. So just because it doesn't work for him doesn't mean it should apply to all.
You're just projecting your insecurities onto the person that you're with.
Who's probably also insecure.
Because just because you feel like that's something that you would do doesn't mean that that's something that your person will do.
Pack my suitcase and put it at the door.
Yeah, like because I mean, it's just to me.
I'm changing the locks because I don't care if it's your place.
Totally understand. Donovan, would you like to respond?
Yeah, I don't know what your 2 kids has to do with my boundaries, standards, and expectations. I'm very happy. Now, what you've accomplished, and I'm not being facetious here, because I want people to really understand just how, and I'm not being facetious, you are an exceptional individual. You had a kid at 14. When I was 14, honestly, man, I probably didn't even know what the hell sex was at 14 years old. You had a kid at 14, and you still managed to get married. I don't know how many other kids you have. You've got a beautiful family and all this other kind of stuff. But sweetheart, you are the outlier. Your situation is not the norm. Number one. Number two, I don't care about your 2 kids. Your 2 kids have nothing to do with my boundary standards and expectations. Now, let me address the other girl, and then I guess we'll go back to whoever wants to ask me a question. You asked me, why did I kick her out? I didn't kick her out. She kicked herself out. Because at the beginning of the relationship, I told her, I do not commit to women who go to bars or clubs. You know what she asked me? So I can't go to the bars or clubs? No, you can do whatever you want. Okay, so what happens with us? Well, if you engage in one of these activities that I don't commit to, then you are, in essence, forfeiting the relationship. You don't need my permission to go to the bar or the club. You're a grown-ass woman. I'm not your father. I'm not trying to tell you what you can or can't do. I also don't commit to women who are on social media. Are you telling me that I have to turn off my social media? That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that you can either have social media or you can be in a relationship with me, but you're not going to do both. She agreed to it, and in 7.5 years, she hasn't violated anything that I'm aware of. And so that's where the rule comes in. That would be different if in the middle of the relationship, I all of a sudden just reversed skate, right? You know what? Yeah, that's true. I don't want you talking and I don't want you using your bathroom and the phone anymore. Well, if I didn't make that clear before I committed to her, that's my fault. And at that point, I'm the one with the problem. But guess what? I was the one that established these boundaries, standards, and expectations from the start. And I let her know, look, you can do whatever you want. Just understand that actions have consequences. Whether they're good or bad is completely up to you.
So here's my question. If he, whether
Yes.
you think his boundaries, standards, and expectations are ridiculous or not, if he sets them up front, hey, listen, I don't commit to women that go to bars and clubs. Here's my phone bathroom rule. Hey, this is what I stand for. Isn't it incumbent on the woman to say, yeah, that's absurd. I'm not in on this.
For sure.
Or, hey,
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, okay, I love you enough to play ball.
Yeah.
Because there's a famous saying in the red pill community, a man says to a woman, if you submit, I'll commit. So clearly she has submitted her will or whatever you want to, her body, her volition to him. So you might find what he's saying extreme, but ultimately isn't on the woman that made that decision to say, you know what? If he told me up front, all right, cool, let's roll. What are your thoughts now?
Yeah, I think that it is up to a woman to accept, what a man's willing to give or not give in the beginning of the relationship. But to me, my question would be, why does somebody feel that, I can't go into the bathroom with my phone, if it's like 5 minutes, imagine.
Well, that's his standard, so we can't. So wait a minute.
That's a very good question.
Donovan,
okay, sweetheart, you've cut me off twice. Let
him make one comment and then Donovan go. Go ahead, Claudia.
I'll give it to him.
Oh, I thought she asked me a question. My bad.
Yeah, I did ask you. I said,
go
why?
ahead, you take it.
What was the question? Go ahead.
The question was, why are you not okay with a woman going to the bathroom and taking her phone with her, going out and like going to the bars with her friends? Like, why is it such a her kicking her out situation?
He didn't kick her out.
Okay, number one.
Well, she kicked herself out.
Thank you. She kicked herself out. Right. That's the first thing. Number two, I don't owe you an explanation, and I don't owe the world an explanation. I have my standards, boundaries, and expectations for my reasons. I don't have to explain it to you or anybody. I didn't even explain it to Devin. I said, these are my boundaries, standards, and expectations. If you don't want to follow them, no problem. We'll keep it casual. We are having a great time. She decided, you know what? Maybe I do want to hitch my wagon to this guy with potential, and it worked out great for the both of us. Now, nothing is guaranteed. We're supposed to get married, quote unquote, on October 12th. That doesn't mean that we can't break up between now and again. Like, just because I told her I'd claim her as my wife does not ensure my commitment for till death do us part. Oh no, this is a very different kind of marriage. By the same token, I gotta uphold my end of the bargain, because if I slip, if I start doing shit that puts our relationship at risk, if I start slipping off, then guess what? She's got every right to upgrade or leave too.
Yeah, so Donovan, here's my question to you. You set your standards, you set your boundaries, you set your expectations. She obviously had free will to say,
no,
okay, sign me up, or no, this is ridiculous and leave. Totally. What were the standards, boundaries, and expectations that she made for you to say, all right, if I'm gonna live with you, here's what I expect from you.
Yep.
This is a very, very good question. Very, very good question. You see, when a woman is interested, women are hyper. This is one thing, one of the many things that women are superior to men at. Women are hyper perceptive. They are socially superior. They are so tightly socially calibrated that when they actually decide in their hindbrain that they want a man, chances are he's probably already fulfilled all of those expectations already. You see, girls, when they see a guy, okay, he might be sexually attractive, but a girl needs to see that he's got his shit together. Okay, does he smell good? Does he, okay, he's a little taller than me, I like that. Does he have a good job? Does he have on nice shoes? Does he make a good living? Girls don't even have to ask these questions to know these things. And so when a girl asks me to be their boyfriend, I already know that I have fulfilled all of her expectations. Now, what were Devin's expectations? I don't know, but whatever they are, they seem to be working.
So she didn't set any like verbal standards, like you said. All right, you know, you're famous for saying what? Fit, feminine, friendly, and faithful. Those are your 4 F's that a woman must bring into the relationship, right? Correct?
One more time.
Fit, feminine, friendly, and faithful, right? Did she have a criteria that she expressed to you verbally? Because essentially what you expressed was, yeah, she liked you, she appreciated you, there was a vibe, which has been a theme of the show. So you know that, it's sort of unwritten rules. Were there any verbal cues or expectations that she set to you?
No, and the reason for that is because she asked me for the relationship. This is why I always tell my guys, Rocco says Devin is not fit. Go take a look at my YouTube page, fam. You can add her to the spank bank like everybody else.
Fit is relative.
The way this works is, I'm sorry, what was that? I didn't hear you.
She said fit is relative. But go ahead.
See, there we are. Fit is relative. Let me address that. The word fit is not relative, okay? Either you are fit or you are not. Yes, there are a few gray areas in there, but when I was 312 pounds, I was not fit. I was a fat ass, period. This was long before I ever met my girlfriend / fiance, Devin. But this is what I advise my guys to do all the time, is you never, ever, ever ask her to be your girlfriend before she asks you to be her boyfriend. The reason why I tell guys this is that when you do this, when you ask a girl to be your girlfriend first, you are indirectly forfeiting your right to set boundaries, expectations, and standards. Now, the reason why I say don't ask her for the relationship first is because she inevitably is going to ask you for a relationship, right? Well, what if she never asks, Donovan? Then she doesn't like you as much as you thought she did. Now, did you, player? So now you're going to have to wait for somebody else. If a girl does not push to be your significant other within 6 months, then she's just using you. But here's where the rubber meets the road. When she comes to you and says, "Hey, I want to be your girlfriend," that's when you lay out your standards, boundaries, and expectations. The fact that she asked me to be her boyfriend already let me know that I've already checked off all the boxes. Because if I didn't, she wouldn't ask me to be a boyfriend. Now would she?
Yeah. Well, the one thing I'll say, having been in a few relationships in my day, a woman typically
don't be ashamed, Adam.
A woman will typically not say, "Hey, I want you to be my boyfriend." Sometimes they will, but sometimes they'll hit you more often than not. They'll say, "So where's this going? We've been hooking up for 3 months, 6 months. I'd like to know what your plans are, where you see this going." So a lot of times they'll initiate the questioning. Now, because they're asking the questions, you can read between the fine lines. It's because they want a relationship. But a lot of times, though, they're asking questions. They're not going to be like, "So, you're my boyfriend yet?" They're not going to really do that.
No, unless they're in 3rd grade.
Well, no, I know. So how do you manage that? Like when they start asking questions, where's this going? Where do you want from us? That type of thing.
Absolutely. What I'm about to tell you guys is going to change the lives of a few men. Some men aren't going to be able to do this, but a very finite amount of men will be able to. Number one, because of its high failure rate. This way fails all the time, and I'll explain why. So, to answer your question, Adam, very quickly, what if she comes at you and says, so, Donovan, what are we?
Right.
Are we boyfriend and girlfriend? Like, what exactly is this going on? So, at this point, you have to speak directly. Tell her, okay, it sounds like you want to be my girlfriend. And at that point, she'll say either yes or she'll try to put it off. When she indicates to you anything but no, because she's not going to tell you yes or no, and this is not an indictment on women. Women in situations like this, they have to be passive. We're the pursuers, women are the choosers. We're the ones that have to move the interaction forward. So you say to her, it sounds like you're trying to be my girlfriend. When you get her to finally own up to it to some degree, tell her, you don't want to be in a relationship with me. She's going to say, well, why is that? I like you. Let's just drop it. She'll drop it. A couple weeks later, she's going to ask you again. Hey, look, Donovan, my friends and family are asking who's this, tall, good-looking black dude, who drives this really nice car and has this awesome, business. Like, who is he? Like, are we boyfriend? I'm telling you right now, Katie, you do not want to be in a relationship with a man like me. She's going to ask you a third time. But this time, she's not going to let it go. She's going to be like, you know what, Donovan, check this out. I looked like an idiot on Thanksgiving. I didn't bring you around. If you don't make this official by the week of Christmas, if I can't take you to see my family on Christmas, then we are done. No. Right? So at that point, I say, okay, all right. So you really want to know what it's like to be in a relationship with a guy like me? Yes. Are you sure? Yes, I'm ready. Okay, here we go. And she's going to say what? I'm going to tell her, unlock your phone and hand it to me right now. Gentlemen, I'm here to tell you. 212 times out of 100, she's not going to hand over that phone. And the reason why she's not going to hand over that phone is not because of her privacy, right? It's not because, listen, girls let everybody know what they're doing all the time. We know where they are, what they're doing, and the ingredients. So miss me with the privacy complaint, right? Women give up their autonomy for the almighty gram. So I don't want to hear the privacy. No. The reason why she's not handing you that phone is because she's sleeping with other guys. And that's okay. What? It's okay that she's sleeping with other guys because you'll probably sleep with other girls too. At that point, she's going to drop it. She might try a fourth time.
I think we've all tuned
This time,
you
she's
out.
going to hand you the phone. Like, okay.
I literally don't even know what he's saying.
Let him finish.
But we're not listening.
Yeah, like it's retarded. But okay.
You can't use
Okay,
that
yeah,
word.
well, I'm gonna
letting him
finish.
say what he got to
Here's
say.
because
I really want to analyze everything that he has to say so that I can reply to it.
Hold on. Well, listen, you can analyze it, and I'm almost done, and then we can go from there.
Please,
but
please, give
when
it
she
to me.
asks you a fourth time, thank you. I appreciate your permission. So when she asks you a fourth time, she's going to be ready for you. She's going to hand you her phone. Guys, don't look in her phone. It doesn't matter what's on her phone. All it tells her, it sets the tone that, hey, guess what? If you were going to be in a relationship with a guy like me, then guess what? We're going to have to be transparent, which begins and ends with the phone, and you didn't have to say anything. So when she says, okay, can I be your girlfriend now? Tell her that's a start. A start for what? What does it take to be your girlfriend? Look, I'm not going to tell you what it takes, but I tell you what I don't commit to. I don't commit to women who go to bars or clubs. I don't commit to women who travel alone. I don't commit to women who travel for work. And I don't commit to women on social media. And at that point, she has a decision to make. She can either continue on with a casual relationship with me, or she can be in a relationship with me. But she's not going to do both, because those are things that I don't tolerate. And that, my friends, is how you set boundaries with women.
Okay, so let me interject here for a second. Let me say one thing, and then we'll let you ladies. Listen, all he's basically saying is these are my boundaries and these expectations. Full disclosure, this to me, that's Donovan's thing. That's not my thing. Like we just saw come out, Jonah Hill set boundaries with his girlfriend. Did you see that story?
Yes.
Okay, he basically, Jonah Hill, the
failed to set
actor.
boundaries with his girlfriend.
Okay, Jonah Hill, the actor.
Steve, Jonah messed up. Where he messed up is he didn't set boundaries in the beginning. That's why he looks stupid now.
Correct. So whatever the boundaries are. So like, for instance, I don't have, like, if my girl wants to take her phone in the bathroom, like, yeah, I'm totally okay with a girl traveling for work. Like, no problem. Where I might say is, yeah, I don't really want you to go out to the club, get drunk with your girls. I've done that before, and it's actually ended up in disaster, and many a times. That's not a hard line in the sand. I'm not saying you can't go here, but what I'm saying is every man has their boundaries and has their expectations. As long as you say it up front, the woman has the choice to say cool or not cool. It also sounds like, Donovan, you know, like a lot of women play hard to get, at least at first. Ultimately, what I think you're doing, it sounds like, is once you got it, you're playing hard to get for a relationship.
100%.
Like that's the whole, like, you don't want a dude like this. You don't want this in your life. And she's basically saying, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And if that is in fact the case, then she's almost pursuing you at that point. And then you're like, all right, well, you've asked me 3 times, like you've said. So if you want this dude, here's my line in the sand. And everyone has their own line in the sand. Like you guys have boundaries that you do not want a man to cross, just like we have boundaries that a man have to cross. Ultimately, what I'm saying is this. You may think Donovan's boundaries are extreme. I actually think they're a little extreme, but that works for him. Those are his boundaries. And if his girl co-signs for them, then it's all good.
I just want to clarify.
Sure.
I could care less what his boundaries are.
Yeah.
If his girl, his wife, whoever wants to do what they want to do together, that's one of the first things I said. That's his prerogative.
Yeah. Okay. Literally.
I'm not sure like why I care what. I just feel like this portion is a waste. I would never want to listen.
Here's what I'll say, and I'll let him respond. Here's what I'll say.
A lot to say about it.
Because Donovan is actually a very public figure in the relationship space, and a lot of men listen to him. So you may have a son that is listening to him. You may have a son of a friend that is listening to him. So it's not about you.
Adam.
No reasonable person.
I literally
that
know no one that
not-
listens to him.
Somebody's lacking self-confidence somewhere.
A lot of men are online,
and I
by
see
the way.
birds
Because
of
of
a feather
people like him.
flock together
That's
on
why
his
they
screen.
have
Because of
to
people like
listen to
him.
people like him and
No
others.
high value woman is going to
go.
ask you 4 times to be with you. No high value woman is going to say, hey, like, I want to be with you. Nah, I don't know if you're ready for that. Hey, I want to be with you. A high value woman knows where she puts her
No
intention.
such thing as a high
and
value
she
woman,
knows-
sweetie.
Okay, great. They know where they put their intention. They know where they put their I mean, we move with purpose. So why am I going to ask you 4 times, hey,
Take a
I want to
breath,
be with you.
sweetheart.
Hey, what?
Take
It's
a
not going
breath.
to work that way. We're going to grab our stuff and we're going to take it to somewhere else where it could be valued, unlike, you know, having to ask you 4 times. That's not happening.
I get it. I have no idea what you just said, but that's okay. These are my boundaries and these are my expectations.
So
I
wait
could
a
give
minute. He
shit that you
doesn't
can
want to
do.
listen
I'll
to
tell you
her,
something- I'll
but
tell you
we're
something.
now having to listen to him.
Here we go.
Bye.
You're teaching
Bye,
us.
Donovan.
Go on.
Bye.
So hold on.
No,
Relax.
We've got 5
more minutes
you
with
wish I would
Donovan.
leave, don't you? I'm not going nowhere, sweetie.
No,
I'm
he's
here to
here.
stay.
Let's have a little respect,
But
guys.
wait a minute.
Yeah,
First of all,
One
I'm
by
not
one.
sweetie.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm going to talk here for a second, guys.
I'm not sweetie. My name's
All right.
Claudia Hibbert Smith.
We'll go one by one.
Okay, sweetie.
Linda.
Appreciate it.
Linda.
I don't even have time for this. Like I don't know who he is.
course-
I've never heard
of course you
anybody. I don't
Do you
know
have any
anybody that
questions-
listens
do you
to
have
him.
any
No, I
questions
don't.
for him?
He's irrelevant. I don't know.
Okay.
Nope, she's
Like a
triggered
bar.
because she's triggered because somebody spent $1,500 on a date on her and she's not with him right now.
I didn't want to be
no.
with that person. I've actually had
That's
men
good
spend
interesting.
even more than
That's good
that. But you're
interesting.
broke yourself. That's why you have to do this. You're broke. So, anyways, I don't want to acknowledge him. Honestly, he's such a
Okay, so the
peasant.
ad-homs-
Such a peasant. I can't.
Okay, hold on.
I can't
Real quick,
even-
let me.
You're a peasant.
You don't get to
I
talk
can't.
right now. Adam's
I
talking
can't-
and he
like,
said
I
that
can't.
the panelists
Listen,
say
I can't
I
deal with the
respect all our
peasants.
guests. I
Okay,
respect
Adam,
Donovan.
can I
Yeah, go ahead,
can I
Donovan.
please
Go
talk?
ahead.
Thank you. Having a guy spend $1,500 on a date on you and being
I've had
on
even
multiple dates
more,
with a bunch
like,
of guys who
way
spend
more
hundreds of
money.
dollars on you, baby, that's not a flex, sweetie. You're not in a relationship.
Because you're
and you got all
broke.
these dudes spending. you know
Because
what
you're
that tells
broke.
you?
I was
Because
taught
you're
to
broke.
not respond.
Because you're broke. Okay.
I'm broke.
Because
Adam,
you're
Adam,
broke.
would you tell them?
Because
would
you're
you-
broke.
Linda,
would you-
Because
would
you're
you
broke.
please?
Just so we're clear, and
He's
everyone,
a peasant. I don't want
Why-
to talk
why
to
do
a
you think-
peasant.
why do you
I
think
don't want
he's
to talk
broke?
to a peasant.
I think he's
Because
She knows I'm
no
not broke.
regular
She doesn't-
man
she
that has
doesn't
a
have
lot of
anything to
money
say,
is going to
so
care about
it's gonna-
$1,500. She's rich. She understands. She can walk into any store right now and spend $1,500 the same way she can
mad.
buy $1,500 worth of groceries. He can't do that because he doesn't
I don't
have
know
that
what this has
money.
to do
So
with anything.
I can't acknowledge him. I don't know him. I don't know who this person
So now
is.
you're calling.
I don't know
so now you're
who.
just
I don't
calling
even
me
know
broke because
anybody
you're
who
upset and
listens to
you're
this
feeling
man.
okay.
I have no idea who he is.
Of
I'm
course.
sorry.
I'm
I
the
just
worst person
don't.
in the
And
world,
it's
and
sad.
you are
It's sad.
triggered.
It's sad because
I just don't.
he's teaching
And
this
still
to
don't have a
men.
ring on your finger.
He's teaching this
I have no
to
idea.
men. He's teaching.
Yeah, but you have to
toxic
understand-
I
masculinity
said
to
I
men,
wasn't
and it's-
married. Like I just.
But
I
you
just
have to
don't-
understand too, broke people hurt people. Hurt people
Exactly.
hurt people.
So
when
black
you're
woman is
raised
signing off
a
on
certain
medium.
way,
Now, let's
if
go, baby.
your background,
He's
like,
projecting
but
that on his
he's
girls.
He's
but
so
this is important.
insecure.
Let me tell y'all,
So
this is very
insecure.
important.
So insecure.
Where's
I
the
just wanna
trust?
know.
That's why you have to raise your own children. My son would never listen
I
to
do have a
somebody
small
like that.
bit.
Instead,
I would
he
never.
listens to
Probably
Eric
explain.
Thomas and people who are
All right,
progressive.
before this gets too carried away, do you have a comment? And then
Boy, the
we're going to
sign
let
language is
Donovan
getting crazy.
respond.
He doesn't
Do you
need
have
to
a
say
comment?
I mean,
anything.
I feel like when it comes to standards, it has nothing to do with your personal preference. This person has his standards. I have my standards. You have your standards for you. You have standards for your kids, what you want your kids to do. But it's not a personal preference. He feels comfortable with what he feels comfortable with. We feel comfortable with a whole different ballgame. But it's not meant to get into a heated argument and like call each other names and shit. You know, like we're just having a conversation.
Okay.
We're on a podcast. Like there's no peasant or broke or this or that because I could be broke yesterday and rich
Well, those
tomorrow.
are ad hominems. Sorry.
Okay.
No, you're right.
Thank
Those
you
are
for
ad
that.
hominem
Donovan,
attacks because
go
they don't-
ahead. The floor is yours.
How? You said it, the next person was going to speak and then.
Oh, what do you mean, Naomi?
I was finished.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Whoever's next. That's
I think
fine.
if he has his standards, then he has his standards, and that should be respected. If you find someone, which he has, who respects his standards, and that's that. Everyone has their, like she said, everyone has their own expectations, their own standards, and we just have to go by that. I think everyone should be respected and like respectful of that.
So he set his boundaries. If his woman said I'm in, then
Yeah,
you're cool
then-
with that.
then that's
okay,
him.
cool.
I don't agree with his expectations and everything, but I don't
Yeah.
have to.
You don't have to agree.
And
Exactly.
I don't
Like,
have
I'm
to
not the
Right.
one who's with him.
Yeah.
I think that's the point, is that you don't have to agree. We're
Yeah, of
commenting on.
course.
I agree with that.
Like he
Okay.
has his.
But he's
he
rude.
wants this X, Y,
That's
Z.
what we
blue,
all
pink,
agreed. He's
purple.
just rude on purpose. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
We
He's
all
a
agree.
rude fucking person.
We all agree with his expectations. No one's saying that's wrong, but you know, I think that having to kind of express that. Yeah, I mean, like even with anything in life, whatever you believe in, I can respect it. May I agree with it? So I agree with you saying. May I agree with it? No, but no one here is not respecting his beliefs. We just think we have our own opinions on it.
All
Hey,
good.
you're just
But
calling me.
that's
You're just calling me
definitely
broke and a misogynist, right?
I'm sorry.
Got it. Here we go.
Literally, not a single
let me-
person called
no,
him a
that's okay.
misogynist, but okay.
Okay, fine. Let me address this here quickly.
Yeah,
No one
Donovan,
called him a
the
misogynist.
floor is yours. Final word.
30 seconds.
Okay, fine. Okay, you called me a misogynist. Great, awesome. Now, as far as like the different preferences for different people, this is something I like to talk about a lot, especially when women. And I keep forgetting your name. The one sitting next to the attorney, the shorter one, the darker skinned one with the with the tattoo.
That's
Is
condescending.
a lot
That's
of people.
rude.
I just.
She has a name. You've been listening the whole time. You should have wrote it down. That short girl. Like, come
Lita
on.
Hontes.
I'm sorry. Lita Hannes.
Well, you're now getting okay, Leah Hontes. So now you're getting triggered on me describing someone. Got it. Anyway, what Leah Hontes was saying is that a lot of people like to say, well, different people have different preferences, and that's correct. But the preferences that we're talking about are surface level preferences. So for example, some guys like blondes, some guys like brunettes, some guys like Latinas, some guys like black women, some guys don't date white girls. On the other side of the coin, some women like tall guys, some women like guys have redheads, some women like hairy guys, some women like guys that are nice and smooth. Those are the surface level. Those are the surface level preferences that makes us sexually attractive to one person. But what makes a person an attractive prospect goes below the skin. That's their confidence, their swagger, what they do for a living, and of course you learn about these things by asking and observing these conversations. So while our surface level preferences are all different, by and large, we all pretty much want the same thing out of a partner. No, we don't always. We don't all have the exact same, 100,000 list data points. But most men want a woman who's fit, feminine, friendly, and faithful. And most women just want a guy who's going to be nice to them, take good care of them, be her protector, her lover, and her bodyguard. That's really all there is to it. All the hair color and the height and all that might vary from person to person, but we all generally want the same things when it comes to relationships.
Donovan, last question for you. Tell us about the CME.
Sure.
What's the schedule? What's going on? What should people expect?
Yeah. The Conference of Masculine Excellence goes down on October 13th through 15th, right there in Miami. We are actually having our wedding. Devin and I are going to get married in Miami on October the 12th. Adam, I don't know if I know you're speaking at the CME. I don't know if I asked you to be at the wedding. If you would like to come, that'd be great. Yeah, Conference of Masculine Excellence, October 13th through 15th. It was a blast last time. It was a blast the year before. very much looking forward to everyone coming out. And by the way, guys, I'm working on a couple of new guests. So be sure to keep up with that. Sign for the newsletter, masculineexcellence.com.
All right. Well, make sure we have the website below, Joey, in the description, in the
Joey
chat
gets
down
that
there.
wrong.
If you're interested in the CME, check that out. The Conference for Masculine Excellence.
Yeah. One last comment here.
Sure.
I forgot. I'm bad with names. But the black lady who hates me because of the way I talk. What did I ever do to you, girl?
Yes,
What did I
I'm
do
black,
to you?
but this
Isn't
black
that-
girl
isn't the way
has
that I talk?
a
Isn't that what it
name.
is?
Listen, you can have all the standards you want. I'm okay with that. I think that you're
No,
condescending.
I
and that
really.
you're rude. You've been rude
Listen,
on
I'm being
multiple
real. I'm being real.
occasions.
I'm being real.
I have tuned you out.
I'm being real.
Literally.
I don't know. Honestly,
Okay, typical. Again,
we should just stop this part of the show because now I'm wasting my time.
Honestly, yeah, absolutely. Because typically, you're the typical black woman who sees a black man who speaks like this, and you automatically disqualify me. That's why I date black girls.
You know, if this was 10 years ago, I would say your mama and check out. But I'm not gonna do that because I'm a little bit more graceful. I've gotten out of those days, and I'm gonna just go on and carry on with my life. But congratulations to you and your wife. Congratulations to your project here in Miami. Hopefully it's not well attended, but congratulations.
Where is it?
It doesn't matter.
All right, ladies, let's be nice.
She is like you are really like you're
You
really
say
mad.
us
God
be
damn.
nice? You
holy
have not
moly.
checked him once. I'm confused. What's going on?
I said that I didn't agree with his standards, but that's
Baby,
his
you are
standards.
mad as,
be letting him
baby, you are so mad. Like Adam, this has made my night. This woman is so pissed off at me, and she won't even admit it. Unbelievable. I'm not
pissed at you
mad.
because you're rude and condescending. And it's your time, but now I'm
I
wasting
don't
my
care.
time and I
Hey,
can't
you know what?
walk
I'll
off
tell you
the
what.
stage.
Why don't you come to the CME? How about that?
Is that an open invitation?
Yes,
I'll let her know. All right, Donovan, thank you for being here.
I don't want her. No, I don't, dude. I don't want her bitch ass at the CME. She can go fuck herself.
Oh no, that's
Uh-oh.
disrespectful.
All right, now we got a little aggressive here.
Oh, now it's a problem.
Can we cut off the walrus
I'll talk to
already,
you.
please?
All right, Donovan, thank you for zooming in. And